right. Let's see if we can unfuck this mess now. So, let's see. You just exit. I got like chaos and pandemonium going on. So, okay, everybody, welcome to your FN Hangout. It's the Friday night hangout. We have a guest coming on. Let me see if I can finally get my Telegram to work. So, guys, yes, Brianna, we are unfucking ourselves. But that was the awesome work of Mr. KNTX, who exited us out of the stream because he doesn't know how to stream from his phone. So he hit the end button instead of the exit button, which was, anyway, that's all right. So we're back on, we're back live. Yes. Crypto King, I cannot get my Telegram to open and I don't get emails. So just to let you know, I don't have access to the emails while I'm working all day. Nobody confirmed with me until this afternoon, and I was hoping to get it from Telegram, and there is no Telegram here. So let me see if I can at least get Telegram off of my phone so that maybe I could send the links. Let's see here. That's not him. Let's see. It's no. Sorry, guys, bringing the show to a screeching halt. Let's see. There we are, Crypto King. Let's see. Yes, the show is going on. Let me make sure you got the link here. I'm having serious issues with my Telegram desktop. I don't know why it decided it does not want to run. Everything else is running fine, but Telegram is like dead. So that's how I communicate, and that's not good. So let's see if I can get the new link. So the join link is going to be different now, guys. I had to rechange the join link. So I had to change the join link because I had to do a new stream. And so all that work I did earlier. So there's the new join link for those of you out there in the Twitch and the YouTubes. Let's see. I know Wednesdays, guys, it's just time for me to give a little bit more space up. Desktop is not, close the program, please. Desktop's not responding. Okay. Never had this problem on Mac. Just saying. Okay, come on. Did you get, I'm really glad DS didn't get banned. No, we didn't get banned. It all probably looked like we got shut off, but no, that was our Knipples that did that, but that's okay. It happens. Let's see here. I'm sorry, guys, that the show has come to a screeching halt, but all the rest of you guys are going to have to hold up for a second because I do have people coming in. And I will change the title, King. I will change the title. I just didn't have confirmation, and I don't have access. Like I said, I just got in from work, firing up the stream, getting all the stuff out, onboarding people onboarding. Oh, but isn't it a Ponzi though? Isn't it a Ponzi? One of my good buddies for many years. He actually got into Hex today significantly. And let's see. I see all you guys in there. Just stand by, Green Room. I have a guest coming on. And King, do you have the freaking link now or what? Can you just pull it out of the chat? Can you pull it out of the chat and send it to him? Because I can't get Telegram to open. Okay. How about I go back to that email? I will answer everybody's email there. Let's see. Reply to all, right? Yeah, there we go. And I'll put it in there. There it is. So sorry, Sal. What a clusterfuck we have going on here. And send, right? Yeah, bye. Send. Okay. I think you got it. So I sent him the email. I will clear the field. If he comes in, I see everybody else wanting to come in. Yeah, hang on, guys. I see you guys all there. You're all good. Still no Telegram. I don't have Telegram. Sorry there, King. Fun. I love it when it's live and it's like you're sitting here all screwed up. This is, I guess it would be embarrassing. I don't know. I really don't care, to be honest. Really, are you people texting me right now asking me about other shit? Come on, nerd girl. Oh. Oh my gosh. People are really doing that right now to me. Actually asking me other shit. Okay. Is Sal coming? Stop texting me. There he is. Sal said he's good. Give him 10 minutes. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. So we have Sal, the algorist, coming on. And so I'm going to bring everybody up real quick, and then I'm going to kick everybody off, and then we'll bring Sal on. So let me say hello to everybody while we're waiting for Sal. So let's see. We got A-Bit. We got Hex. We got B. What's happening? How's everybody doing? Oh, look at you guys are in Vegas priming that place up already, huh?
Yeah, already here, Captain.
Yep, I can see that. I know Vegas.
Can you hear me? Testing.
Benny, what's happening, bud? It's been a long time since you've been on.
We're good.
Been a minute. How you doing? Good to see you.
Doing good. We're waiting for a guest, so I'm gonna let you guys all hang out for a quick minute, and then I'm gonna bring guests on. Then you guys can come back up because we were supposed to have a guest.
We only wanted to say hello, that we are already in Vegas and waiting for all of you.
And we can hardly wait to get there. I'm telling you. I think everybody is ready, and it's going to be a hell of a week. I just hope that he doesn't launch Pulse while we're all in Vegas. That would be kind of like
He's not going to do that.
Oh, you talked to him?
No. I have a really good idea. He's not going to do that. He tends to listen to the community. So I don't think he's going to do that.
I don't know if he listens to us. I think he hears us, but I don't know if he listens to us. So yeah.
Right.
Right on. So hey guys,
Something guys. Americans love Hex. It's crazy. Patrick and I, we're here at Bellagio. We are playing. We are shopping, and all people are asking us, "What are those shirts and what are those emblems and things like this?" I think we onboarded already so many people to Hex.
Nice. It's happening all over the place. I mean, I've got people coming out of the woodwork asking to be onboarded and getting into Hex and how do I stake and what's this PulseChain and yada yada yada. And I just say, hey, well, check this guy's video out. He knows a whole bunch about it, and I send it to him. They're like, that's you. What are you doing? So it's been fun doing that. I just drop the link on him and say, yeah, check this guy out. He's got a stream that's got about 150 different shows that show you how to do Hex.
Of course they're interested. Of course they are.
Yeah, everybody is, because crypto is exciting, and then crypto all of a sudden didn't get real exciting right now. It's a little boring.
It is boring. It's boring right now, except for us. It's a little
except for the fact that we just flipped BNB, baby. We flipped that bitch.
Awesome. Awesome.
Look at that.
Well done.
We've been talking about this forever. We've been talking about this. And look at us here. Oh, man, it's a good time, man.
Yeah, it will be awesome because I'm pretty sure that we will have two figures Hex, like more than 10 cents when we have the meetup.
That's probably the case. That's what it's looking like right now. We're getting really close.
It really looks like. It's like almost about to go over the 10 cents. So there is no triple top in chart analysis, and the next time it should go through the 10 cents.
Matter of time. Just a matter of time. Just sit back and wait.
Yeah, exactly.
All we got to do is sit back and wait. Just relax and wait.
Yeah, you should stake it as well.
I have been. I've been staking a couple of days at a time. Like a couple of days at a time, just stake like 3 or 4 days at a time.
Yeah, just don't stake more than 3 days right now. I wouldn't stake more than 3 days right now. You missed that. Missed that like 3.
A few short time stakes right now, like, that I don't miss it, you know.
I like
Yeah.
your background,
Like one
Hex
stay
Lion.
for 3 days and another one for 2 weeks and like this, you know.
Cool.
All right, guys, we just wanted to say hello here from the Caesar's Palace. I think we have to hang up because somebody is going to pick us up. Just wanted to say hello, and I cannot wait for you guys to come to Vegas.
We can't wait to get there. All right, 8-bit. X-Line, we'll see you guys.
We see you.
See you guys.
next.
Cool. Well, let's bring him up so he can get his spanking. Well.
Me?
Look who it is.
Me?
Look.
Everybody
who-
and their mom.
Okay, so he's gonna talk shit. He shut the fucking
No,
stream
fuck
down,
you.
and now he's gonna talk shit and to give me a fuck.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna talk about poker, guys. All right.
No,
Oh,
sorry,
no.
guys. I think I did.
No.
I apologize. I didn't mean to. That was not my. I was trying to get off the phone.
I
real
know
quick.
what you
Like,
did. You hit
if he's-
end. If you
yeah.
hit end, it goes the whole
I don't
stream.
know what I
ends.
hit, but I was trying to get the kids out of the lightning, and so I hurried up, and I thought I turned off the phone, but
You
I
turned off
apparently
the
I didn't.
stream.
So, okay.
So my Telegram is not working, and
I was
so-
wondering.
I just got home and my Telegram's not working. And I was trying to, the only message that I got about our guest was through Telegram. And I didn't get a confirmation. And then he just sent me and I said, okay, yeah, I'll get you the link in a minute. And then I log in here and no Telegram. And now guess what? Telegram's up. There it is. But he
I
said
just
it's
sent
good.
it to- yeah,
He's got
I
the
sent it
link.
to King just in case. Okay, good. Good.
He's got the
good.
link. So let's bring Benny back up. All
All
right,
right.
Benny. So we're done. We've handled our business here and on stream
We've aired our
live
dirty laundry.
with everybody.
Hey, sorry to end the stream, guys. I apologize to you guys.
I'm just worried about everything looks fine. I pushed it back through Restream. There goes my Telegram dead again. God, what in the hell is going on? But
Let me know if you need post it in the private chat if there's anything you need to post, Captain, and I'll post it in Telegram.
no, I was going to put it in. I was just trying to get a hold of King. You know, he's got his.
Oh.
We got our channel there that he communicates through, and that was what I was trying. But I don't know what the hell's going on with this damn thing. But whatever.
I sent the link to King in our.
So you know what? Fuck all that. We don't need to talk about shit no more. There's 105 people sitting here want to know about 10 cents, want to know about PulseChain, want to know about flipping BNB. This is what we need to be talking about. Screw all this other bullshit.
I agree.
T-shares. T-shares are important
And
because
collecting them.
T-shares, they print you Hex every day. Make sure the mic is on. So when you buy T-shares, every day at 8 p.m. they print you Hex every day. So however many T-shares you have, they
He's
make
watching the
you
stream too.
they make you Hex. That's it. It's that simple.
So Benny, are you going to Vegas?
I'm not. I can't make it. I can't make it, unfortunately. But from here on, I'm going to be at every single one from here on. Guaranteed. So I moved. I got a new job and a new place I moved to, and I love the opportunity they gave me. So I can't make it to Vegas, unfortunately, but
right.
I love my new job. I love it. I'm getting paid a lot of money, and I love what I do.
Just play poker, right?
Well, I can't play poker anymore. I can't play much poker anymore. I can't say so much online as far as poker is concerned, but I enjoy my new job, and I just kind of have to stick with it because they were very hard-lined about it. And I told them, I was like, look, I need to get over to Vegas for this, and they told me it couldn't happen. So,
Right on. All right, buddy. Well, hey, we're going to pull you down for a minute. We've got our guest here, so we're going to bring our guest up and talk to our guest. Have a good one, man.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to bring you back up. All right. So, everybody. So, we are going to be bringing up Sal Mayweather from Sal the Algorist. What is happening, Sal? Sorry about the big mix-up tonight.
No,
And the
no worries.
technology issues.
Yeah. No, I'm still I just got you on my headphones now. My bad. I'm sorry for the wait, guys.
Oh no, that's all right.
No,
Thanks,
you're lucky you weren't here because we turned the stream off. We didn't have the proper title up on this. It's been a mess. It's been a mess. So, but it's all cleared up now, and you're on the stream. So, how you doing?
Good, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate the invite.
Yeah, good to have you here. You know, we scour the internets for like-minded folks, and maybe you can give us a rundown on who you are, what you do, and let us know a little bit about your channel and what you do. Oh, Will's a huge fan.
So I have a couple meme pages that people probably know me from. I have one on Twitter, one on Facebook, and I use them to promote agorism or counter economics, which is just basically free market anarchism, and crypto anarchism, 3D printing, cryptocurrencies, tokenization, stuff like that, decentralized technology. The whole point is to try to focus on solutions and not theories and debate problems and shit like that. So
interesting. So let's get right into it. I mean, since you said that, that's a great way to start this from somebody like yourself. How are you feeling about the DeFi space right now? How are you feeling about cryptocurrencies right now?
Oh man, this is life-saving technology. I mean, this is what's going to save the world as far as I'm concerned. Not just cryptocurrencies, but decentralized exchanges and decentralized finance. All of it really is just, that's where my head's at now. I think that's probably our only shot at this point at freedom. Certainly it's the most powerful tool in the revolutionary's arsenal right now.
So I have a quick question for you then. I've heard it said that either this technology is going to free us or it's going to enslave us. What would you say to that?
I definitely think it'll free us, right? Any technology the state is going to get their hands on. Like that there's no stopping that, but so will we, right? So anything that they have at their disposal, we have at our disposal. So they're going to come out with all of this like Fed coin nonsense, all kind of crap like that, but it's all a wasted effort. At the end of the day, they can't stop the tide of decentralization. So they can try all they want, but they're fighting a losing battle.
I like that. I like a different perspective because there's a lot of doom and gloom out there.
Yeah, there is. You're right. I do hear a lot about that lately, but I think you know what it is. To be honest with you, I think a lot of people are in this for to get rich. Mm-hmm. A lot of people forgot what the whole point was. So now that they see the banks starting to come down on everybody and the big countries like China and Janet Yellen out there and all these big wigs starting to take swipes at crypto, now they're starting to get worried. But they have to remember that the fundamentals are still intact, and that's what's important.
Yeah,
I like that. Well, we have the founder of a coin that believes in both. So he believes in replacing the bank products, and he believes in getting rid of middlemen. And so that's part of what really drew me to his personality. And I think I can say the same for Captain here too.
Well, and the point of my question earlier was, I come from the same school. How do we decentralize? How do we get away from the banking system? How do we get away from the status quo of how our money is being handled? How do we create a freer market than what we have currently? And 10 years ago, I thought, Bitcoin cryptocurrencies could be that thing when I started to hear about it. But I haven't seen that over the last 10 years. What I've seen is a clusterfuck and circus show. And it's been, when we're looking at one of the top cryptos being Dogecoin, I just hand plant in my face going, okay, where did we go wrong? How did we lose a handle on this thing? And how do we get out of the mess that we're in right now with the TikTok generation and all of the memes and the bullshit, coins that are out there and the scams and the rug pulls and shit that have infiltrated something good that we all here talk about, that we all understand. But it's been, the revolution has been preempted by, pop culture. And that's kind of what crypto seems like right now to me until our project. And we'll talk about that more later.
It has. You're right. And I completely agree. I couldn't agree with you more. It's definitely been diluted. again, I think the idea is to focus on fundamentals. You know what I mean? There's going to be a lot of shit coins out there, a lot of meme coins, but I'm a big nerd. I'm a huge economics nerd and philosophy nerd. And one of the things Ludwig von Mises writes is that the market will narrow itself down to only the most saleable commodity. So if we let all of these, if we have this very diverse ecosystem of coins, we let them all compete amongst one another, we'll be left with only the most saleable of coins. And, we all have our ideas of which ones that's going to be. We're all placing our bets and, but in the end, the one thing that I'm confident is that it won't be some fiat coin. So that's what's important.
Nice. That's how we see it here in this community, because until there's a lot of very intelligent minds in the Hex community. We have about 25 streams just on this channel, 25 streamers that stream on this channel, and these guys know their economics, they know their crypto. And my claim to fame is I've just been around for a lot of cycles. I'm a 53-year-old guy, been out there working all my life. I've seen tax cycles and home pricing cycles and booms and crashes and things come and go. And I've watched the cycles, and I've watched, the Federal Reserve manipulate things. And I've watched, markets change over the years and get to the point that we're at now, where a working guy has had to work harder and harder and harder to make ends meet, no matter how skilled or how much more I made, the money there just was too much month at the end of the money, for us.
True,
and, how are we going to change it? How is the normal person going to get ahead? Because we continually see, the rich getting richer, and the people that get the handouts just get the handouts, and more of our money goes to both of them, and we get stuck in the middle. Those of us who are middle class guys that are working, and gals. So, I mean, how do you see crypto fixing that situation?
Well, it's all based on inflation, right? So as long as inflation is the great driver of inequality, right? Because really, it's just a mechanism for transferring wealth from the working class, from what I call the plundered class, to the class of plunderers. And cryptocurrency stops that. Rather than having an inflationary currency where we're just setting ourselves up to be robbed by these parasitical lowlives, we have a deflationary currency where it actually accrues value based on market demand, not some false edict from whoever, the whims of some central banker.
Yeah.
That's the key. It's all about having sound money and not fiat currency. It's all about removing the human element from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and that's why smart contracts and cryptocurrencies, you get to take the human element away from it, as long as the human element is completely taken away from it. And that's the biggest problem out there in crypto right now, is that there are too many entities that are in control of all of these cryptocurrencies, and they never get to either meet their promised potential, or, some of them, their intention is to just fill the pockets of the person that holds onto the keys and the control. So
well, that's sort of the key, right? We have to figure out how to use this technology to disintermediate these legacy systems of control. So a really great example of it is like something that I'm really excited about is the whole tokenization of securities and assets, because that really just sort of cuts around the whole FINRA cartel. It's sort of a workaround. And just the same way that Bitcoin disintermediates the central bank, I think tokenized securities and assets are going to disintermediate the SEC, and smart contracts, like you mentioned, disintermediate, traditional court systems and stuff like that. So the possibilities are really endless. It's all about how we can sort of innovate and be entrepreneurs and sort of find different ways to apply this technology. That's the crux of it.
Yeah. And how much do you know about Hex, about our community, about the token that we do a lot of promoting?
I don't know enough about it. I did hear I was going to get an education tonight, which I'm excited about, because I do want to learn more about it. But from what I understand, it's sort of maybe I'm completely talking on my ass here, but if I understand correctly, it's sort of like a DeFi tool for like CDs and whatnot. Is that am I
That's-
barking up the right tree?
No, that's exactly the three line explanation of what Hex is, which is it's a DeFi CD. It operates a lot differently, but a lot of the same attributes are built into the contract. So I'll give you the quick 1-2 on it. So Hex is a crypto like any other crypto. It's built like Bitcoin, but different and better. And that's a hard sell for everybody to go, wait a minute, you just said something is better than Bitcoin. And
That's not a hard sell for me.
And the technicals are, yes, anybody who is technically involved in cryptocurrencies knows that Bitcoin is a pile of shit when it comes to its programming. It's built on spaghetti code. It's been hacked a few times. They've had to roll back the chain. You can't build shit on it. There is no devs behind it. There is no bug bounty programs. There's nothing backing Bitcoin other than the marketing ability of it and everybody that holds big giant bags. And now we've got big market makers coming in and utilizing it as a tool, and they don't even know the technicals of it. If they did, they'd have ran far away from it and went to something else versus jumping all over Bitcoin like they did, like Michael Saylor and Grayscale and all these folks did. So the technicals of Bitcoin are not hard to beat. When Hex was developed by Richard Hart, they beat Bitcoin. They made it more secure. They audited it 3 times. They made it faster. They built it on the Ethereum network, which is an ERC20 token, which is packetized data versus the spaghetti code data. So it's technologically sound compared to Bitcoin. It's faster, better, stronger, period, end of story. Because it's built on Ethereum, because it's an ERC20, it's got a smart contract hooked up to it. Smart contract. Here's the shitcoin narrative. Okay, well, now somebody has control of it. Now somebody can fuck with it. Now you can make it do things that we don't want you to make it do. Like, the XRPs of the world and all these other things that are out there that people get to manipulate. Well, Hex was built and launched as a finished product. It is not a promise coin. It is not a project. It's a finished product. So the code was developed, locked, and launched and done. And the only thing that you can do with the contract is lock your tokens up for a time frame that you choose. You choose the time frame from a day to 5,555 days. You can go all the way up to about 15 years. And you make that contract with yourself. You time lock that, and the coins are burned. They're turned into shares. The thing that's different about CDs and Hex is the way the interest is amortized. The shares are how the CD is amortized. So imagine, instead of being paid an interest rate and it being amortized over time, your share price actually just goes up. So when you trade your tokens in, you burn them and you stake them for 1, 2, 5, 10 years or whatever. You're given an amount of shares. You get more shares based on the length and the size of your stake. So if your stake is out there for 5 years, you're going to get a certain amount of shares. You put it out there for 10 years, you're going to advance your shares even more.
Okay.
There is a share price on that date that you get those shares, and you get bonused based on how long and how big that stake is. Now, those shares, as people end their stakes, as they mature and they end those stakes, to ensure that nobody gets a better deal by staking shorter stakes over and over and over again, what happens is that person creates the share rate, the new share rate price. So the share rate rises based on people ending their stakes. So you can never get in and go the same distance and get the same amount of shares. The share rate goes up for you. So you've increased the price of the shares. So every time somebody ends stakes, that share price, if your stake happened to raise the price, then it does. And if you try and go back in, you end up paying more for those shares. So you can never get the same amount. To put it in perspective, when we started staking in 2019, December, January, February of 2020, share price was around 60 cents. We were paying 60 cents per share, dollar rate. Today, the share price is $1,500 per T-share. We call it a T-share. So it's gone up exponentially, and it continues to go up. And the share price based on the contract can only go up. It'll never go down. And the shares just keep getting rarer and rarer and rarer. So what it does is it creates this positive feedback loop of, and this is something that I didn't see early on, is that, the only thing that makes the price of something go up is people buying it and not selling it. That's just economics. The more and more people buy and the less and less selling goes on, the higher the price gets. That's how things work. So how do you do that in a cryptocurrency? Well, you create a positive feedback loop. Like for instance, my stakes that are coming due, I know the value of those T-shares. I don't want to give them up. I really don't want to cash them in. I'll take some of the profits off of that, maybe what I need, but that's it. I'm going to take as little as I can, and then I'm going to restake those shares to try and get as many back as I possibly can, because those shares are so valuable. So that's what it's actually created. So we're the first group. There's only 10% of the liquid hex or of the circulating supply that is actually staked. So those of us who are staked have realized the value, and that's literally all of our mindset, is that we want to continue to hold on to our shares. So even though we've staked for a long time and we've put value into the product by staking them and not touching them, we also have a positive feedback loop going that we want to continue to save as much as we can so that we can continue to earn this interest, because we're making 40% APY right now.
Right. So, all right. So a few questions. So, I'd imagine that the burning mechanism that's a deflationary mechanism. In other words, that's how you keep the supply in control.
Well, no, but what it does is those shares are going to be new minted hex. So the inflation rate on hex is 3.69%. Okay, so it's 3.69.
Is that adjustable? Is that static or is that adjustable?
That's static. So
okay,
369 is what the end staker. So the pool of stakers is getting paid that inflation, and that inflation is going to the stakers based on the percentage of who's in the pool. Right. So that inflation is getting paid to the stakers, and then when they pull their shares out, so those hex don't even really exist until those shares come out. So some of these hex are out for 15 years, and they're not even going to see the light of day until then. So the inflation is being stuffed away. Okay. And now as that inflation is minted, a lot of it is never even going to hit the streets. A lot of these people that understand the value of this product are going to continue to stake, and even creating more and more value in the ecosystem. And the other thing that's really unique about Hex is that you can see everything. It is the most decentralized crypto that you can possibly see. We literally have a site called hex.vision, and you can look at everything, every single wallet address, how many wallets are coming in, how many new people are selling, who's selling, when stakes are set. So you can literally see like massive amounts of stakes and going, you know what? I'm not going to end stake here. I'm going to wait a month later here where there's no stakes, and I'm going to stake here. So now I'm not in the middle of all of this. There could be some selling going on here. Well, I'm going to put my stake here. So you can literally see the whole history of the staker class and what's going on out there. And no other crypto has what we have. You can literally on chain see everything. And the DEX is our biggest trading pairs are on the decentralized exchange Uniswap, and you can see every trade over there. So you know who's trading. You can see that there's no wash trading going on or any of that stuff. There's a lot of talk about, Richard doing this and Richard doing that. Well, it's just a bunch of bull, because we know who the people who are trading are, and we can see them.
I'm well acquainted with the maximalist accusations. So, all right, but wait, let's back up here. So how exactly, let's say I got some Hex in my hands. How exactly would I go about staking that?
So you can go to hex.com. And there's a staking tool in there. You click on the staking tool. So it's an ERC20 token. So the way you want to do is you get your MetaMask and you get your Hex into your MetaMask. So either you get some Ethereum, you buy some Hex on Uniswap, you get it in your MetaMask. You go to hex.com, you go to the staking tool there, and then you hook your wallet up to the staking tool. You connect it there, and then the staking tool allows you to adjust your stake based on the amount and the amount of days, and you can see.
And what did you say the limit was? There was a minimum and a maximum time.
A minimum of a day. You're going to have to put in for a 24-hour period.
Well, yeah, okay.
And then the maximum is 15 years, which is, we call it a Quattro Cinco, or a 5,555 day stake. So that's the max. That was just building the contract, the way Richard explained it, is that anything past that, the amount of mathematics that had to be done, the equations that had to be taken care of at the end of the stake would have actually pushed the prices out too far. So they tried to keep everything as cost effective as possible, especially with the way Ethereum is charging for all this stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why that all came about that way. So that was why it went to 5,555 days.
So okay. So I got my Hex. It's on MetaMask, and now what?
So you got your Hex, you got it on MetaMask, you've hooked up to the staking tool, and the staking tool allows you to go in there and make your adjustments. So what's cool is you've heard of CD laddering, I'm sure. You can build your stakes on. So I have an income ladder that I've set up. So my income ladder doesn't start until 2022. I've staked it all the way out to 2022, and then it goes out from there a certain amount of years. Let's just say it's 6 years.
Clever.
So now every month I'm going to be pulling out a stake, my staking ladder, for 6 years. Now, when I pull that first stake out, I'm going to reevaluate it. I'm going to put it in the staking tool, and I'm going to see how I can get my maximum shares. And then I'm going to say, okay, well, you're going to get paid this much, RG, for this stake, and the rest of it's going out there because I want to retain my T-Shares. So that's going all the way out on the next month at the end of my 6 years. And then the next month comes up, and I'm going to do the exact same thing and continue to roll it out past 6 years. That's just a little past the average stake length right now. That's why I did it that way. I said, well, I want to go past the average stake length, and I think that might be my best bet for gains and getting my T-Shares back. So I did that, and that's I'm just going to constantly keep that rolling. Now that's infinite income now coming in from that staking ladder, constantly just rolling out there for 6 years at a time, month after month after month. And
that's pretty clever. I like that. That's a nice arrangement. Go ahead.
And then I staked some life events, kids college years that I thought were coming up, birthdays, big family vacations, anniversaries, things like that. So I put some big stakes in those to make some plans around.
Clever.
So I did that.
I like that.
And so that's how I set up all my stakes. So I have, multiple stakes between now and 15 years. And then I put another strategy I did was I made a staking wall out at 15 years. So a lot of people go, okay, I'm going to make a 15-year stake. You know what I mean? And I'm going to put $10,000 out there or whatever. Well, what I did was I said, no, I'm going to divide that stake up into a bunch of $1,000 stakes versus one $10,000. I'm going to put 10 $1,000 stakes. Because what if Hex goes to $15 7.5 years from now? And it's like, well, wait a second. That stake is really, really valuable right now. I wouldn't want to take the whole 10,000 out, but I can grab one of those blocks off of that wall and cash in on it, because the way the penalties work. So if you stake and then you early emergency end stake, you get nuked. I mean, the penalties are severe. What's beautiful is that we, the staker class, get paid those penalties. So when they get penalized, on top of our interest, we get the penalties from everybody emergency end stake.
Okay.
So that's another way that the Hex community or the staker class makes their money. So if you go half the distance on your stake, whether it's a 5 year and you go 2.5 years, or it's a 15 year and you go 7.5 years, once you've gone half the distance, you're at principal. So now you can pull your principal out at half the distance. Anything beyond that, you start making interest. So if you go 8 years and then it moons to $15, $20 per Hex, then wow, you know what? I'm going to take one of those blocks off the wall. And that was just another strategy I did, is I made a bunch at 15
That's
years.
Clever. So talk about, you're just cutting out the need for any financial planner whatsoever.
You don't need one. You literally don't need a financial planner. With this, you can do your own thing, and you control the contract. It's you with a contract with yourself, because nobody can mess with it. Nobody can turn it off. We've never had a glitch. We've never had a hiccup. We've never had downtime. The site has never been down. Hex has never been. It can't go down. It's just like Bitcoin.
Right.
It's a finished complete contract.
Okay, so here's the $1 million question though. What happens when, let's say, you go pull out, and now the IRS comes walking through? They want their capital gains money.
Well,
What is that now? About 40% now?
Well, I live in California, so it's probably even a little more than that, and a leg. But
60%.
So my exit strategy this year is I'm going to Puerto Rico. I'm ready to retire. I'm going to Puerto Rico. That's going to be my exit strategy and my tax, shelter. Now, and the $1 million question is everybody's got to do their own thing. Puerto Rico is not going to be for everyone. I'm 53 years old. I'm ready to retire. I love the beach. I love the surf. I love, that's my thing. So that's what I'm going to go do. And it works for me, but other people are going to have to make other decisions, like you said. And, there are a lot of people out there that have other ways of doing it. I definitely don't like discussing those things because everybody has their own strategy. Everybody has their own risk tolerance and all that. So, that's, once you pull out, you're going to have to, figure out how you're going to deal with it.
For sure. That's sort of my end.
Keep in mind, the only thing, if you're not cashing out the gains on the principal, the USD appreciation, the only thing you're actually owing tax on, this is for U.S. citizens. The only thing you're actually owing on is the interest you earn. So the interest itself is the only taxable as long as you're not cashing out the principal. So one thing that us Hexicans have really come to understand going forward is why would you sell the goose that lays the golden eggs? So why wouldn't you just sell the golden eggs, which would be your interest? So you can always continue rolling your principal to the very end of your ladder. So not all of us like the 15-year brick in the stake wall ladder. Some of us would rather just wait for our ladders to expire as they come along, because you're going to lose a lot of interest 7.5 years into a 15-year stake. So
you're welcome. So your time horizon is different than mine, buddy. In 7.5 years, do you know how old I'm 60 something years old in 7.5 years. I'm spending my goddamn money, bro.
9 years old.
I ain't leaving it all for my kids, man. I've read this book a long time ago called Die Broke, and I'm going to spend every damn dime I can while I'm here.
I like it.
Now, all right. So wait, one more question. You guys said, maybe I misunderstood. You said there's guaranteed 40% APY?
No, it's not guaranteed. The way the APY is paid out is based on how the percentage of stakers that are in the pool. So right now, and here's the beautiful thing that a lot of people don't understand the mechanism of Hex and the intricacies. A lot of people call this a negative, which is called the originating address. So the originating address was an address that in the beginning was collecting half of the Hex that was being minted in the beginning. So this big pile of Hex was developing within this thing called the OA. And everybody thought, oh, that's going to be the rug pull. That's where Richard's going to pull all the money out. Well, we all sat back and went, well, wait a second. This thing is actually creating value, more value by staying and holding the coins than it would if it was to rug pull and walk away with the money.
Yeah,
so,
why would you do that? Right?
Why would you do that?
Like,
and it also acted as a control.
value.
So we watched it and we said, okay, well, we were always very curious as what its true function was. And we've along the way discovered what that function was, and what that function, the first function of it. So it's been collecting all these coins, and it has amassed close to 90% or more of the tokens. Some people say it's more like 95% of the tokens.
Or it will be soon.
It will be soon. So it's somewhere up in the 90 percentile range of tokens that are locked, but they create market cap. So it's a market cap eater. The reason we are number 4 is because it was developed to be a market cap eater, which market cap is just a vanity metric. It means absolutely nothing in the scheme of things, but for some reason, crypto plebs love the market cap. Like it means something really, really important. So, okay, well, develop that. And that's one of the functions of the OA. The other function of the OA was in our launch phase. So we had a 1-year launch phase, and every day tokens were being minted. I think it was 250 billion a day.
It was 1.3 billion a day.
1.3
if you
billion.
include the bonuses.
Damn.
If you use a referral fee, yeah.
Yeah, so the 1.3 billion, but most of them were getting, now remember, 98% of them getting locked up, right?
Mhm.
So all those tokens were being created. Half of them were going to the OA. The other half, a lot of them were getting staked. A lot of them were getting traded, that kind of thing. And then when the big payday came up, so the big payday was the end of our launch. Everybody was going to get a percentage of the Bitcoin free claims that were left over. The Bitcoin free claims were part of. So if you got into Hex early days, Bitcoiners could claim their Bitcoin and get free Hex because of it. I forget what the ratios were or whatever, but that was, part of the big payday and how it was going to be issued out. So that pool, was deduced by the Bitcoin that went in. But at the end, we were all going to get a bunch of Hex given to us, the staker class. So the stakers were going to get what was called the big payday, which was all these unminted tokens that the Bitcoiners didn't claim, right?
That they could have had for free, and
that they could have had for free, and a lot of them did. How many billions?
$3 billion worth of coin.
So $3 billion worth of Hex was claimed by Bitcoiners. The rest was given to us. Well, it was looking like we were going to get like 2/3 our stack. It was like a monster bonus. We were like, holy shit, look at this. Well, a lot of scavengers came around. The coyotes and the vultures and everything started hovering around Hex, and our price went boom to the moon right before big payday. Well, what did that tell you? That a bunch of vultures coming in, they were getting ready to dump the coin, right? So what the OA did was it staked a whole bunch of coins. And when it staked a whole bunch of coins, it diluted the pool so that all the Hex wasn't going to all of those guys trying to buy in.
With paper mache hands.
So,
Right.
yeah, well, all the people that wanted to come in and dump. So the OA said, nope, I'm going to protect the staker class and the value of their coin. And it staked a whole bunch of stakes. And then as the big payday came and went and pissed all of those people off, it all went back into the OA address.
I imagine there was probably a lot of unhappy people when that went down.
It was. And even some of our own community were unhappy about it.
They didn't understand how it had stepped in to protect us.
Yeah, and then as time went on, everybody understood, like, whoa, wait a second. That actually made a move in our direction. Yes, this is the long game. We got to quit thinking short game, because Hex totally transcends all of the other ideals that cryptos had. It's all about the long game. It's all about responsible investing. It's all the things
this is
that
legacy wealth.
This is legacy wealth.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. It's some sort of decentralized finance like this. You're not planning for tomorrow. I mean, I guess you can technically, but like you said, this is more of a long-term or mid-term plan here.
Yeah, cut out all the middlemen and create real DeFi with no admin keys. No one can go in there and screw up the code. It's locked. There's nothing that even the developer could go in and do now at this point in time. So it is, and it was audited. I think you had already said this, but it was audited for the code twice to make sure it operated. That's why we've had 100% uptime. It was audited to make sure it works exactly like it was supposed to, and then audited a third time for the economics to make sure that the formulas were correct, to make sure that this staking mechanism worked the way it did perpetually.
Exactly. So solid from the get-go. As soon as he launched it, all of that stuff was in place.
First finished product I've ever seen in crypto.
Yeah, other than Bitcoin, which was just
well, they're not done yet. They just tried to add Taproot to it, and we'll see.
But they're trying to build
out of that. We'll see what inflation come out of the new Taproot.
They're still working on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Want to be
one thing I know from being. One thing I know from being, you're right, especially, but that's another story. One thing though I realized is that there's a lot of naysayers and criticisms for every different coin out there. So what do some of the haters, what are some of the common critiques you would hear of Hex, and how do you respond to them?
Well, one of the most ridiculous ones was the first narrative. So the first narrative, and you'll love this one. You'll love this one. So when in order to get
I've heard
into
them all from the maxi, so
yeah. So the first one was, where's the ETH, Richard? What are you doing with all the Ethereum that people are giving you to get this Hex coin? And that was like, what? What? Wait. Do you ask Coinbase where your dollar went when you buy your Bitcoin? Do you ask the retailer where your dollar went when you bought a dildo? It doesn't work like that. You don't ask people where your money goes. And that was a narrative for months. I mean, some still. I mean, we were going to make a T-shirt out of "Where's the ETH?" You know, it's like it's just it turned into a joke, and then the narratives just kept getting more and more ridiculous. You know. Richard's going to rug pull. Oh, it's a rug pull. It's going to be a rug
no
pull.
way for him to rug pull. Literally no way.
And there was literally no way for him to rug pull. And because the contract is done, it's launched, it's there. We had liquidity. We had liquidity on, what do we got? 30 something exchanges, 40 something exchanges.
Really our biggest one is because we like decentralized, we like getting rid of the middlemen. So the biggest liquidity pools are on Uniswap for that reason, because it's true peer-to-peer.
And that's where it should be.
It is. I agree 100%. So Richard's never been willing to pay to be listed on an exchange, because these guys, these exchanges, if you talk to them, because a lot of us community members have reached out to the exchanges, and we're talking upwards to $1 million. And that's just in paying them. That doesn't even include the liquidity pool they want you to provide for them. So essentially, they want you to pay millions of dollars out of pocket with your token and possibly USDC coin or USDT or some other form of paying them to bribe to be on it.
A lot of these exchanges are also scared to death of anything that's related to DeFi.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to piss off the regulators, you know.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah,
because they are regulated. Unless they're paid.
Yeah, right. Fair enough.
Look at I think Coinbase listed some ridiculously crazy coin today. I mean, like
they always.
Yes,
it's like, what are they doing? You know,
how do they even pick the coins that they list? Sometimes
somebody's paying somebody somewhere.
The same way that Mark Cuban chooses a rug pull coin.
I know my buddy today, and I hope he sees this. My buddy today was like, "Yeah, you know, Mark Cuban's a smarter guy than I am." And I said, "No, dude, Mark Cuban got himself into a scam.
Not when it comes to crypto.
He doesn't know crypto."
Yep.
And we've seen Mark Cuban's wallet. And he has some hex in it. I think somebody sent it to him, but he had some hex in it. Remember when they showed his wallet?
It was like, well, dude, that was like $500 worth of hex, and
now it's probably worth about 10 grand.
10,000. Yeah, it probably literally is.
No shit.
Yeah. I mean, how many X have we gone up? What is it?
1700X.
1700X since we started.
170,000%. 170,000. And I mean, obviously I'm a Hex fanboy, but I think before the end of the year, this is my moon math prediction. I think we do another 10X before the end of the year. When you've done 1700X, what's another 10X?
Yeah,
it's a bear market right now. That's a pretty bold.
Have you seen our chart?
Have you seen us?
I haven't.
Go look at our chart.
Are you faring the bear market well?
So check this out, Sal.
We're the only thing green.
So Richard's brilliant. He's freaking brilliant. So all of our liquidity out there was, started moving to the USDC. It came off the ETH pairs. So most of our volume is in USDC. So
when did he start pulling that off? That's a good move.
It kind of, the whole community started it. It started moving on its own because, there's different liquidity providers on the DEX. It's not like one person is holding the liquidity. There's a lot of different people holding liquidity. So the liquidity started moving from ETH over to USDC. Once that happened, it decorrelated itself from the crypto market. So we don't move when you see Bitcoin and you look at, you look down the chart on any of the coin ranking sites and you see all their charts are doing the same damn thing, right? But then you look at Hex and it goes, it's always different.
Man, I gotta see a chart. I'm looking at the chart right now.
Oh, dude, you got to look at the chart. You got to look at the chart.
The coin market cap aggregator that we look at is nomics.com, nomics.com. They are the fairest. They're not the ones that you have to pay to be ranked correctly, like some of the others out there that we won't mention. So they are the most fairest aggregator as far as market cap is concerned. Then we've also got, Uniswap.vision. Is that our chart? Is that right? I haven't used that one in quite a while because I use the Staker app now all the time. But I think it's Uniswap.vision. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. These guys are pretty quick.
Yeah, Uniswap.vision.
Is that it? It's pulling it. Or Dex.vision. DEX.vision. So no, it's Hex USDC. Uniswap.vision brings us the Hex USDC pair. And live now, Discourse Syndicate. Hey, what do you know? Or they've got a little ad for us in here.
Oh, really?
Uniswap.vision. Thanks, Firebun. We appreciate you, man. True Hexican right there.
Nice.
So yeah, you can just see our chart. I mean, yeah, we've had corrections, and the biggest one was during our launch phase, that hyperinflation, one-time hyperinflation event called the Big Payday, and then everything is just up and to the right from there.
Yeah, I can see that. I got the chart here now. It's pretty good. That's a pretty wise move though, switching over to USDC rather than.
Yeah. So if your liquidity pair is tied to the dollar while everything else is tied to Bitcoin, when Bitcoin takes the shit, you're gonna automatically go down with it. So if you decorrelate yourself from Bitcoin, and we can't have a Bitcoin pair unless we're on a centralized exchange anyway, since there's not. Bitcoin itself is not traded on Uniswap. Now there's wrapped versions of Bitcoin, but that's still we have no liquidity pairing to it, so that really helps us out there as well. But yeah, it's everything about Hex is designed better, just simply better. Go ahead. Sorry.
No. I was just going to say, I often get in trouble for telling people that Bitcoin is sort of like sort of like the Model T, and they're more concerned about saving the Model T than the combustible engine. You know,
it's like they're trying to update VHS to beta, and it's like, dude, we're already on the streaming services, right, here, bro. We've got look at what we got over here. Like, we got real technology.
But they're like, no, beta's still good. It's still good.
It's still good.
I got a whole stack of them here that I have to record on. They're still good.
It's pure speculation at this point, which is really what drives me wild. It's just pure speculation, and I think eventually, the bottom is going to drop out of that, and then
it is.
That's when I think it's going to get interesting. That's when I think it'll sort of be left to all the other coins to sort of fight over to see who's going to be the champion. You know,
I agree.
Yep, and like you said, it's going to be market discovery at that point. It's going to be, okay, what is working out there? What is the best way? When people finally realize that these exchanges are wrecking them, that all these kids that think they're, trader monsters, when the bull market comes and they start, trading like mad, and no matter what they throw their money at, they're winning. But once they all get wrecked again, like they did back in the last dip and the last dip and the last dip before that, they'll start to realize that this is not the way to go. That crypto was meant to be decentralized, that it was meant to have no middlemen, and that DeFi is really the way that crypto should be moving forward, and that proof of stake is the way that crypto should be moving forward, which, that brings us to the next phase of development within Hex. So Richard, not only did he develop a coin that's better than Bitcoin, and you make interest off it, you can stake it, and the value of it goes up because of that, and you make more because of that. So now you could also actually think of your stake as being a miner, because you're now proof of stake. Your stake is actually creating the inflation of the coin, so they're paid to the stakers versus inflation is paid to the miners in Bitcoin, which gets dumped on your ass when they have to pay their electric bills. So that's a whole nother subject. But Hex doesn't do that. It's created a better way. Proof of stake is a better way. Well, the problem that we have is that we're on the Ethereum blockchain. And because we're on the Ethereum blockchain, we're a hybrid proof of work, proof of stake coin, because, proof of work has to be done by Ethereum. Fees have to be paid. And the fees have been absolutely stupid nuts lately for the last, 8 months. So we've taken it in the shorts. Hexicans have. We call ourselves Hexicans, by the way. Hexicans have, because of the high fees, because of how the calculations have to be made for your stakes.
Yeah, but if you're staking, then it doesn't sound like you're not going to get hit with these. It's not like you're getting hit with transaction fees to go, buy a cup of coffee if you're staking.
It's true.
Well, you get that small transaction fee for the stake, but when you unstake, you actually get hit for all of the calculations that have to be done for your.
Has to calculate every day that you've accumulated interest. Based upon how many T-shares you have.
Yeah, so that pumps up the price of your when you end stake.
Pricey calculation.
It could be, especially now.
What sort of fees are we talking about?
Oh my gosh, we were talking about anywhere. We've seen people have fees of up to $1,500
Yeah.
To
on how
unstake-
much though?
to unstake $500 worth of hex.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, so
It's
it was
not
like
that
you
bad
couldn't even
right
take
now,
the stake. It's
but
not
it
that
was-
way
What do
now.
you do
It's
if you get fee locked like that? What happens? What do you do? Oh, it's not
just
like
got-
that anymore.
it's not like that anymore. We during that big bull run, during all of the stupid NFT crap and whatever was going on, there might have been some funky shit happening there to push the ETH fees up that we don't know about. Some people do. but
Well,
anyway.
we think BNB was smart. The BSC,
Yeah.
that Binance Smart Chain was spamming the ETH network to get
Oh, they were.
adoption.
No doubt.
Yeah.
I think CZ admitted.
I don't
CZ
wanna-
said as much too.
He did.
I think he said it.
Pretty much said, "Oh, it wasn't us," and all of a sudden, mysteriously, it stopped.
And then it
The day that he
stopped.
says that, yeah, yeah.
So because of that, they call it the S load, I believe, which is the calculating portion of it.
It's the read from disk portion of the blockchain.
Yeah, and so all of your penalties that you received from other people in staking, all those things have to be calculated, and your stake has to be paid out. So because of that, the S load fees have gone up, and then on top of that, Vitalik with his, I think the EIP 155 did it or whatever.
The Berlin fork. It was.
the Berlin fork. So the
559,
Berlin
yeah.
fork raised the price of the S load astronomically.
4x what it already was.
4x from what it already was.
Yeah.
So it just crushed us. So Richard said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm building my own chain. So he's launching Pulse. So he built a coin better than Bitcoin. And now he's going to fork Ethereum and get rid of all the high fees, make it faster, make it stronger. And it's going to be, here's the kicker, man. Here's the kicker. This is freaking brilliant. So he's going to airdrop everybody's ERC20 tokens onto PulseChain.
Largest
The biggest
airdrop
in history. He's going to fork it and say, here's all your tokens right here.
And he's going to beat ETH 2.0 to the punch
And
by
he beats
probably
ETH
close to
2.0.
2 years.
So
He's going to beat them at all the metrics they're trying to attain. He's going to do it by probably 2 years sooner than they
we're
will.
about to watch him launch ETH 2.0 and better because he's got some other tricks up his sleeve that he's getting ready to launch. And
All
it's
right,
going to be
hold on. See, we can go on all night here. So hold on. Let's back up.
It's okay. That's what we do, man. We talk for 4 or 5 hours on our show.
When does Pulse fork? This is the first I'm hearing about this.
We don't know yet. So PulseChain is the launch phase is going to be, well, it was supposed to be a 33-day launch phase. And it was
Sacrifice phase.
It's called a sacrifice phase. So you were going to be able to sacrifice a certain list of tokens. I think all ERC20 tokens, except for maybe 1 or 2 nefarious characters, are going to be sacrificable. And then Bitcoin, Dogecoin, some of the other bigs are going to be sacrificable. And how does that work? So you're going to have a sacrifice address where you say, you know what? I'm going to make a political statement. I don't want to use the Ethereum network anymore. I want something better. So I'm going to sacrifice all my tokens to this address and get 0 back from it. And then you're going to be
political
marked.
statement.
It's a political statement. Then you're going to be marked for your dollar amount that you've put in. And then you're going to be airdropped a certain amount of Pulse tokens based on the dollar amount that you've sacrificed. They're going to be 0. They're going to be worth 0. So there's some tax implications there. So you're going to be airdropped 0. You're going to sacrifice your tokens that you had already that were worth something for this valueless token in a statement that says politically, I want this chain to be better than that chain over there. And then at that point, it finds price discovery. And you're going to get a certain amount of Pulse chain tokens to your dollar amount of other tokens that you sacrificed. And nobody at this point knows what that is. But if you're a hex holder, the liquid hex that you have and the stake hex that you have is duplicating over on the Pulse chain. So you're going to have your stakes duplicated and your liquid hex duplicated. So you'll have E hex and P hex on both chains. And then there's going to be bridging also. So there will be bridging. So
we won't, not that we have this information, but we know for a fact that there are crypto developers in the top 20 that will be involved in the sacrifice that want to participate and be part of the Pulse chain. we're not really at liberty to speak about it. Not that we have that information, but Richard Hart has said as much, and it is confirmed.
That is that Pulse is getting a lot better attention and a lot a better reach around than Hex got in the beginning.
Yeah,
they're actually, you know,
reach around.
People are actually, you know, interested in this project. The FUD hasn't started yet. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So
well, it's a more general blockchain than Hex. Am I correct? In other words, Hex is going to be a token on the Pulse blockchain.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So Hex will continue to be a token and not the actual transaction.
So there will be more tokens and utilities for the Pulse blockchain that are also driving up the demand.
So
for
everybody that got screwed by Vitalik increasing the S load are going to have a new transaction layer and a copy of their coins to continue doing what they were doing on the Ethereum blockchain. And hopefully that'll alleviate ETH fees, but also give people a transaction layer to transact on that's much faster and much cheaper to transact on.
I'd imagine Vitalik can't be happy to see people
I
starting.
don't know about that. So he likes the Matic network, which is essentially what we're doing. The only difference between what Richard is doing and what the Matic network did is the Matic network has admin keys, and they've got $7 billion worth of Ethereum locked on their platform, or Ethereum tokens, so economic energy, and they can just drain it like that if they decided to do so because they have admin keys. So their security model sucks. Now, their security model is strong as proof of stake to keep from being attacked and still keep their consensus network. So that's how Richard knows that all these proof of stake blockchains have been around forever and they're not being attacked and the security models work. Yeah. So we know we don't have to do proof of work and pollute the earth to create a mining syndicate and really all it is a protection racket. Because the only people that can attack you in a proof of work system are the people who are already protecting the network. So, So this is going to be faster and cheaper and much more energy efficient and also be a better transaction layer.
Well, I think
it might actually help ETH in this case. Actually,
it certainly will. That's why I imagine Vitalik can't be happy.
Of course, he's not going to be happy with anything.
Well, he likes Matic, and Matic he doesn't.
I haven't heard that, but
I have. I should still have on the base list.
Yeah, but anything that takes demand off of ETH can't be in his best interest.
He likes second layer solutions, and technically, this is another layer, or this is another layer one. But we're a transaction.
Airdropping every single token.
We're being nice. We're being nice. We want to play nice with Ethereum. We don't want to chase anybody off. But
that was
there's a possibility it could replace much of what Ethereum does.
Well, that was my next question. It's sort of like, Ethereum has been sort of plagued by these scaling problems. Mm-hmm. I wonder what Pulse, I wonder how they're going to address some of that stuff. I know, obviously, the fork hasn't even happened yet. We're not even down that road, but it's interesting to think about. Are they going to employ the same ideas, or are they going to go a different route?
Well, so. No, actually, you guys, I hate to pump another podcast anywhere else out there, but Vitalik very much said that he likes what Matic is doing and he thinks he can help them work on some of their security going down the road because he really likes truly DeFi stuff, just like Richard does. But I do think that there is a place here. I think there is a place here for it to work with it in the way that it can take a lot of the stress off the ETH chain by being the transaction layer. It having more faster blocks, so 3-second instead of 30-second blocks, is going to be a lot faster transactions than what ETH can do. So it'll handle more transactions per second. But we're not ignorant to the fact that there's problems with scaling blockchains. And so when the Pulse chain becomes full, like Ethereum is, we might be in the same problem that Ethereum has now. But the good news is that they're already working on sharding and rollups and things of these natures. So Richard is basing this off the EVM, which is the Ethereum virtual machine. And so any technology that they come up with that works on Ethereum is going to work on Pulse. So if they find a way using sharding and rollups and all these other new technologies that are really coming into their own and developers are getting good with, will be applicable to the Pulse chain as well.
Yeah, he's been talking about sharding for quite a while now. It's at a certain point you wonder if it's ever going to happen or not.
It is. It's going to happen on PulseChain. All these things are going to happen on PulseChain.
True.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's dragged his heels for so long. It's like he had 3 years of bear market to get his shit together, and we ended up in the same damn place. And it was like the bull market came, and Ethereum once again got bungled up, got bunched up, got NFT'd. Got, you know, it wasn't crypto kitties, it was NFTs this time, and it was just they failed. I don't know what he was thinking. I thought he was smarter than that. I thought that they were a little more on the ball than that, but obviously they weren't. And I could not believe that they could launch.
It's not easy to scale a blockchain, right? If I knew how to do it, I would have spoken up in 2017. So
Richard's doing it right now. We literally. Well, let's fork ETH.
Right.
And they're doing it right now, you know, while all of this shit show was going on out there. And I'm not saying
to clarify because of our audience, sharding means breaking up the transaction and not trying to fart and shitting your pants. I just need to clarify that because there's a lot of guys out there
breaking up the blockchain into pieces. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
It's the way you eat the elephant. It's how you eat the elephant.
Yep.
It's small bites, and that's what sharding does.
Mm.
And then all of the other layer technologies, the sinks and all that. Yeah, children of the grave. Always
our
resident troll. Resident troll. So, but yeah, all of the things that Ethereum has been talking about for the last few years, Richard's literally going to put them in play. They're there, they're done, they're working. I mean, you know, and he's like, why wouldn't we make them work? Well, let's just fork it and then bring everybody else over here, airdrop their tokens, and voila, there you go. Yep. You know, a better, faster ETH with Hex on it. I mean, what more could you want? What more could you want? The only problem that, we've been with the project. We've watched Richard for the 3 years before it launched. We were with him for the 1.5 years it launched. So here we are, you know, coming up on 5 years of being around this whole project to product to actually working and making people very wealthy already. So we followed it all the way through. And the only problem that Hex has had is ETH.
Yep.
And the fact that everybody hates us and ETH.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's the tribalism you can't stop. But you're right. Yeah. No, for sure. It's almost like ETH is like, and of course I don't know as much as you guys do, but from what it sounds like, it's almost like a ball and chain around the leg of Hex.
Yes.
Oh, it has been.
Yes, it has been.
Yeah.
So it's just some points to really hit home. Because this is where these two instruments are going to be probably some of the best speculative instruments out there. As far as PulseChain is concerned, obviously we're looking at a infrastructure play. So you're looking at the actual blockchain on which things are going to operate on. But it's going to have a 10,000 to 1 dilution versus Ethereum. In other words, what that means is the supply is going to be about 10,000 times greater than what Ethereum has. And there's a lot of reasons for this. First off, it helps keep the fees low when you have a high coin count like that, especially initially. And so you'll have, instead of 150 million coins, you'll have 1.5 trillion coins. And every time you do a transaction, part of that is actually burned. So it's a truly deflationary. You will never have more Pulse than the day that it launches. There is no way to mine more of it. It is, when you talked about earlier in the stream with the captain about a deflationary currency, there is nothing out there that I've seen that will be as deflationary as Pulse, because you are literally going to have lesser of a supply. It may just be fractions of a fraction of a fraction of every Pulse for every transaction that you do, but you will have less Pulse every transaction that goes through. So pumpamental right there, price go up, especially as gas fees go up and the blockchain fills up. People need to buy more of it so that they can transact. So huge pumpamental for Pulse. So great speculative instrument for that. I still think Hex long-term is going to be the play, because the secret to Hex is the shares, the T-Shares. T-Shares just means trillion shares. So it's not about Hex. Everybody looks at Hex. Look, what's the price of Hex? Hex. It's not about Hex. Right now, it costs about 17,000 Hex to get a T-Share, which is 1 trillion shares. That T-Share is paying approximately 6 Hex per day. So the more T-Shares you have, you're getting paid 6 more Hex every day. And as it becomes more and more rare, there's actually the chart continues to go up and to the right on that as well.
Bonding
so
curve.
Yes, there's a bonding curve. So the only thing that the USD price to Hex is really correlated with is the cost per T-Share. And the cost per T-Share ratchets up every time someone gets an ROI. It goes up just a little bit more. Thanks, Will. 17,912 Hex as of today to get another T-Share. And so tomorrow, if there's enough people getting an ROI, that could go up to 18,000. 18,100 continues on forever. So the 2 best times, or the best time to get T-Shares was December 2nd of 2019. The second best time is right now, because you're never going to beat the price that you have right now. So that just continues. When you get these T-Shares, think of it as having your own Bitcoin miner that doesn't cost you any electricity to run. So I'm going to mint more Hex in the future using this T-Share miner versus having to pay for electricity bills and send my money off to some foreign company that I have no idea how long they used the machine before they sent it to me, and then try to ROI once I receive the Bitcoin miner. So it's likened to having miners, essentially.
So in other words, you're saying that the real asset isn't even Hex necessarily, but it's the actual T-Shares that you want.
T-shares.
Okay.
Yep. That is
They're
the
most
secret.
valuable
It took us
thing.
about 6 months, huh, Captain, to really figure out that the secret was the T-Shares.
Yeah, we scratched the surface on it. Like we were like month 3, month 4, and then we brought the developer of Hex, one of the devs, Dev Kyle. He's a friend of the community. We brought him on the stream, and I couldn't wrap my head around what shares were, and I said, I want to understand the share more. And so he started talking to us about shares, and then it just clicked. It just clicked for me, and I said, holy shit, it's not the Hex, it's the shares, it's the T-Shares. And you got to get as many of these goddamn things as possible before this big payday. Whoa, I made a lot of mistakes here. I staked too short. I need more T-Shares. So I literally started emergency end staking stakes that I had already gotten my principal back on, that I had just staked out for a year, 18 months. That I literally started unstaking those and restaking them for 5, 10, 15 years, and literally increased my T-Share bag by 1/3. So I had another third of a bag of T-Shares after it was all over.
Yep.
And I'm so glad I did that, because now I understand the value of T-Shares and what they do. And now that's all I talk about to people, is that your T-Shares are the most important part of the Hex product that you have, and get as many of them as you can and take care of them and continue to try and grow them and continue to try and keep a hold of them. Because like I said, it's a positive feedback loop when you've got people seeing the value of these things. I mean, it's like a miner. Would you just take your miner offline and take all the money out of it and dump the thing in the trash? No, you're like, wow, I want to make this miner either produce more, or at least the same amount, or as much as I can, based on what my financial needs are at the time. So I'm going to put that stake right back out there, or out even further, to continue to mine those Hex.
Yep. T-shirt.
Right.
Money printer.
So all right. If you guys want to, I know we've been going for a while. If you want to kick me off, feel free to.
No, man, stay on as long as you want. We
So-
usually go by our guests how they want to hang out.
And this is great for others who are just tuning in with it. We've got a lot of new subscribers lately, so we
Lots.
haven't really drove these points home in a long time. So this is great.
Good. They can learn.
And I
along with me.
I got a brand new buddy that I onboarded today. He said, your show's just a bunch of hype. You're a hype man, dude. You're just the salesman that you've always been.
Kinda
I said,
true.
no, bro, it is kind of true. I told him, I said, look, I'm not the guy, and I'm just the guy to put everybody on the stream. I'm not the smart one. We got a lot of smart guys, but this conversation's good because it's opening up a lot. I'll be able to point him to it, and he can watch this.
All right. So
Hi, buddy.
So help me understand these T-shares a little bit better. This is a T-share is a trillion
Shares.
Hex?
It's a trillion shares.
It's a
So
trillion shares.
So the hex that you stake, so you go to the staking tool, like I told you, and then you're going to add your hex to the staking tool based on amount of hex that you want to stake and based on the time that you want to stake. And then you can see over to the side, it'll show you how many T-shares you're going to get for that stake. And then you go,
how is that number determined?
That it's about how long you stake and how much hex you stake, and the price of the T-shares.
So there's the bigger pays better bonus and the longer pays better. The bigger pays better, you have to have like 150 million, and it's only like a 10% gain. But every year you stake out is an extra 20% more T-shares.
And of course you get more shares based on the more hex that you put in.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you're buying more shares because your hex is more valuable as your bag is bigger. So just by default of it being worth more, you're getting more shares.
Here's our party troll here. You're just a smart RG3. We just need more pictures for you to get it.
I'm the dumb one here. He's explaining it to me.
This is, hey, bro, this is 5.5 years of everybody pounding it into my head. You know what I mean? So the T-shares. So once you find the comfortable level, so it's like, okay, I got 10 T-shares. Yes, that's what I want. I'm staked out for the amount of years my ladder's out there or whatever you've done, and then once you hit the stake button, then that stake is set. Now what happens physically is the hex is burned. It disappears. It's out of existence, right? And then you're handed those shares. You just bought a certain amount of T-shares. Those T-shares have a daily payout, like KNTX was talking about earlier, 6 hex per day per T-share. So if you had 10, you've got 60 hex per day coming in for those 10 T-shares. And that stake is continually, stacking that on. Accruing. So until it comes time for it to unstake. So now when it unstakes, now you're going to mint that inflation that you just created. Your miner, your shares created that inflation by taking part of the 369 pool that was coming in, right? Of inflation. So now you're going to mint those coins into existence. Now you have to unstake. You can't go, oh, can I just push this out longer? No, you have to unstake. So once you unstake, those shares disappear. Poof, gone, never to come back. The shares start getting more and more rare. Shares are disappearing. That's why we had to go with 1 trillion T-shares. So it's going to end up being billion shares and million shares. And
the units are so large so that there's meat on the bone 100 years later down the road.
Yeah. So it's got to keep going. So it started with a T-share, which is 1 trillion shares per, So once you've minted those coins into existence and your shares disappear, now you have a stack of hex. And the mathematics are going to happen where if you try and take that amount and go buy those same amount of T-shares, the price is going to ratchet up on you. If you've tried to stake for the same amount of time, you're going to notice that when you look at your shares, your T-shares, you're going to go, wow, I don't have 10 no more. Maybe you have 5 or 4 or 3 or 1 or whatever it is. Your T-shares are going to go down because you cannot get the same share rate based on the ROI that you just received. So you can't. So that's how the T-share price starts to ratchet up on everybody, and it just can. There's this loop.
Yeah. So you're incentivized to collect as many as possible as early on.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
so do you mind me just saying why he did that? So there's a reason. What he did is he was finding that people that were only staking for 1 year and then compounding their principal plus their interest for another year and doing that over 10 years was paying out greater than those who were staked for 10 years in the models. So they came up with this. A lot of us will argue that it is an economics Nobel Prize winner possibility algorithm that he created, that what it does is it ratchets up every time there's an ROI. It doesn't even have to be a big ROI, but every time someone has an ROI, it takes more economic energy to get the same amount of T-shares that you had, so that there's still meat on the bone for the new players that come in, even 100 years down the road, but they're still going to get outsized gains by those who staked early and staked longer.
Yeah. So if you're staking, just month after month, you're never going to gain on the guy that put 10 years out. You can't beat him. He's going to beat you every time.
Or the early adopter.
XO Joe wants to send you 6,000 hex. I know there was someone else saying Yes, I've got his Telegram or his Ethereum address. Are you okay with me posting this?
Yeah, sure, absolutely.
AB06, is that right?
I'm at Sell Mayweather on Telegram. Anybody, if you want to
But
reach out to me.
your ETH address, Crypto King had sent it to me, our producer. Does it end in AB06? Does that sound right? I don't want to just throw anybody's ETH
Mine?
address up there. Yeah.
No, I don't think it does.
Okay. Let me find you.
Let me find
on here because
We've got a pretty generous community too.
we do. We've got someone else that was said they're willing to pay half of a T-shirt too. If someone else was willing to throw in the other half, and we can go through it together.
You know, I haven't done the math on the so let me do the math here real quick.
So everyone, like a lot of people's mission at this point in time is 1,000 T-shares. A T-share costs $1,700 a T-share right now. So we're looking at $1.7 million to have 1,000 T-shares.
Hey, Kinetics, I just wanted to put something in perspective. So we have a community member. His name is Ski Cat, and he's come on this on our stream in the past and donated to new people getting into Hex, to streamers, to just he gave us 5,555,000 Hex to give away on the big payday. So literally at today's value, the Hex that he's given away on this stream is worth $855,000.
Damn.
So our community is very generous. He is the most
man.
generous of our community members. He's given away, like, literally, he dropped like 3 million. Was it 3 million or 2.5 million?
We were adding it all up. Sorry, Ski Cat, to do this. This is kind of cheap, but we just love it. I don't know if this is really classy of us, but we just love you so much. We wanted to add all this up. It was about 19 million Hex that we can account for that he's given.
Is it 19 million?
19 million total between
I thought it was
our stream and Hexo stream.
Oh, and Hexo stream. Okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking our stream alone.
Yes.
And I mean, there's more than that, because he did a lot of smaller, I say smaller donations, like $500 donations and whatnot into the streams themselves and whatnot. But just on giveaways to guests that have been on the stream, he's given away close to $1 million worth of Hex.
So I'm looking at
Legend.
This. Someone just told me in the chat 6,000 Hex staked 5555 days is one T-share. So does this one sound right? Is this the one you just sent, King, ending in AA544? Does that sound right, Sal? Because I want to post this here.
Yes, that's me.
Okay, just want to make sure. So here's his, and do you have that tied to a MetaMask account by any chance?
I don't, but I transfer it over once I get my ETH into my wallet.
Okay,
my IO wallet.
Here's that Hex, guys. So we got so much to go over here. So we have such a great community that real quick, let me just show a shout out to Toby Wan Hexobi. What's been effective for me is equating T-shares to the certificate you get when you trade your money for a CD. It's a marker of how much interest you will earn for locking your Hex for X days. That's a good explanation.
That's what it sounded like to me when you were explaining it.
Yeah.
Yep.
A lot of similarities with the CD market.
Thanks,
and a lot of differences.
It's like the certificate on the CD is the actual T-share, in other words.
Yes. It's the placeholder.
Yeah.
So Exo Joe is the one who's going to send this to you. He says he needs to stake it tomorrow, or we are coming to get it back. 15 years from us. Enjoy, fellow Hexicans.
I'm going to try my best from what I've learned here today. If I have any problems, I'm contacting you guys.
Oh, look at that.
Is that our guy, Conrad?
That's Conrad Zen, everybody. Conrad, it's good to see you, man. I'm glad you're sitting in on the stream. We haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to have you, buddy. So, gosh, where were we at? I wanted to talk about how great our community is as far as developers are concerned. So we actually have the developer that created that Uniswap.vision, that chart. He created that, and then every community and their mom came after him afterwards and said, hey, can you make one for our coin on Uniswap as well? So we've got some of the best devs. And so we had another one called Hex.live, and so that was Firebun was the one that did the Dex.Vision and the Uniswap.Vision. And then he got together with Steph, who did the Hex.Live, who was a front-end Google developer. So his UI just was beautiful. Just everything, the user experience was just immaculate. And they came together and created an app. We actually have it in the description of this video, and you can download it using the Google Play or the iTunes Store. But it's called Staker app. In the Staker app, you can get what's a smart wallet called the Gnosis wallet within the app. You can pay for it up front. And you can actually do all your stakes and ending your stakes. You can create a stake ladder with one push of a button, and it does it all for you. So, and it pays the fees for it. You can pay the fees in USDC. You can pay it in ETH. You can pay it in Hex. So it gives you a lot of versatility. Yes. And ours is stakerapp.info, I think is what ours is. I can't remember. It's in the description below. But if you're on your mobile, that also has that Uniswap price tied to the USDC price in the Staker app. So you can, a lot of us, it shows us, well, you can put in wallets you want to monitor. So the wallets we created before they came up with Staker app, a lot of us have manually input them into our phone. And then we'll be going back and forth between the price and what the value of our Hex and our stakes are. And because it calculates your whole Hex holding, including your stakes to date at the time. So a lot of people are like, oh, I went up $1 million today in my portfolio. And then they'll go back and they'll be like, oh my gosh, did you see that wick up to 12.5 cents 3 days ago? So it's pretty cool the way that
it's gamified all to hell, man. It's gamified. They even have ranks.
Yep, exactly.
They've got ranks based on your shares, your amount of T-shares that you have. And they have, whales, sharks, dolphins, squid, shrimp. Crabs and shrimp, crabs.
I don't think they have the shy shrimp anymore. I think they got it, the tinkering turtles or something. I don't know. So it's I don't remember them all.
Yeah. So it's all these different marine animals, all the way up to whales. And so, of course, the whales are the ones that hold. I think we have 13 whales. We have a Poseidon's position, but nobody's in the Poseidon position. Yeah. We have 13 whales, 108, 109 sharks or something
super
like that.
Sharks.
Super
like
sharks.
What qualifies a whale?
It's the percentage of T-shares that you own.
Yeah.
And what is that number?
Well, there's not really.
So the shark is 0.01%.
0.01%.
Of the total T-shares in the system.
Yeah.
That's not a lot.
$1,500 it is.
Yeah,
$1,700 it is.
A whale, though, you would think it would be like, some astronomical number.
It says X19 says it's 1%. Maybe I'm thinking dolphins.
0.01%. 0.01. Yeah. For sharks.
0.1%. That's what I thought it was 0.1% for shark. 0.01 for dolphins. Everyone keeps saying 1%. Man, I gotta get back in my gamification.
I'm not the mathematician around here, but isn't 0.01 gonna be what the it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm confused. Wait a minute.
It really doesn't.
0.1 is sharks.
You have to carry the one. No, you have to carry the one. That's what he says.
1%.
We're not math majors.
Winning well. Yeah. I'm definitely not. Okay. So you've got
have a Hex meetup too.
That's coming in Vegas. We're going to Vegas next weekend.
What is that, a conference, or is that like a
So we together with Maddie Allin, we have another streamer. His name's Maddie, and he created the first Hex live online convention. So we all had speakers. We did a 4-day thing. We all got on stream and we did a convention. Well, he and I talked and we morphed it into a meetup. We want to have a Hex convention in Vegas, but we're going to wait until 2022 for that. So 2021 with COVID and all the other crap that was going on, we figured it would be easiest for us to all just kind of have a meetup it has, because of Maddie and who he is, it's turned into more than just a meetup. We're going to go run some cars over with tanks and go shooting. We're going to, zip line. We got nightclub nights. We got a bunch of dinners and lunches planned at different restaurants and nightclubs and pools and all that stuff. So there's a meetup. It's going to be a 4-day meetup, and we're all going to go hang out in Vegas starting next Thursday until Monday, for me anyway, until Monday.
And while they're all in Vegas, I'm gonna go rob all their houses and try to find their hardware wallet. So
all my stuff is going offsite. It's not going to be in my house while I'm gone. I'm locking it up.
That sounds like a good time. I'm kind of upset that I'm just finding out about all this now.
We got 200. I think we've got 200 plus subscribed. We're planning on there being close to 300, 350 Hexicans there.
Dude, I got to get you on my show, because really it's all about just disruption and using technology to disrupt. And my audience would love to learn more about how you guys are getting around the banks.
You got it, man. I mean, we'd love to. That's why we reach out to other communities and just start kind of like cross streaming, because we're all of like mind, all of us in this space. You know, it's like, look, we're trying to find solutions. Like, I liked what you said at the beginning. You said we're not trying to, get on a soapbox and complain and bitch and all that stuff. I mean, we do enough of it in our streams, but we're trying to come up with solutions and trying to show people better ways of doing things, and exposing the things that aren't helping. Because there's a lot of PT Barnums out there. There's a lot of shenanigans.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That has to be exposed, and it has to, that truth to not only truth to power, but truth to the freaking plebs has to be spoken to. People that are wrecking folks, people that are doing nefarious shit out there, that needs to be spoken to also. And that's what we've tried to do here, is just try and expand our community, get out into other communities who are like-minded like us, and just spread the good word.
Yeah, you get in trouble with that attitude, but in the end of the day, it helps because people respect you for telling the truth in the face of criticism and adversary.
Yeah,
at least that's what I found.
And that's what I found. I grew up in the streets of Inglewood in California here, and I found that speaking truth all the time is like what kept your ass alive and what kept your ass from getting into trouble. And I've always used that as my mantra in life. Is like, why lie about anything? Why not be real all the time? Why try and be fake? And why not try and build bridges with everyone? Versus trying to undercut somebody or trying to keep secrets to yourself and get rich on things that other people can't. And this whole project here is developed to help people. It's developed to help people in crypto to stop trading, stop getting wrecked by gambling and doing all of that stupid day trading crap that's going on. It's not what crypto was meant to be.
No, it's not. And it dilutes the whole value of the way we originally started this discussion. It dilutes the whole value of what crypto was supposed to be. This whole idea of freedom and liberation, it sort of takes away from all of that by injecting that sort of Wall Street element.
Yes. It's like they let the fox in the hen house,
And I honestly, I said that shit back in like 2015 when all these finance pros started to come into the space. I was like, we better watch out. And everyone's like, no, we need the adoption. We need the adoption. And here we are today, right?
That's how everything gets fucked up. We need a little help. We need a little help.
Every time. And it's always like the initial adopters that end up, becoming like the minority.
And what's cool, Sal, is that this community is organic.
Yep.
This stream, we don't make a fucking dime, man. We get donations from people, from some of our, we get donations and keep the stream running and all that kind of stuff. And it pays for our software and our cameras and things like that. But all we've ever done is try and help the community and expand the community. And Richard himself, the founder, has, he said a handful of kind words about us. And he's never paid us. He's never come to us and told us what we should talk about. He's never, said, hey, you guys have, done this wrong or you've done that wrong. No, he's let the whole community organically grow. And the strength of the Hex community is from all the FUD that's landed on its head, and from us just saying, you know what, fuck that. We're going to stand up and speak truth to power. And that's what we did here on this stream. And all the Hexicans rose up and they showed their faces. And no other community in crypto does what this community does. And we show our faces and show how real we are, so that people can see that we're being honest about what we're talking about, and that we're not, just some other fly by night pump and dump crypto. This is really going to help people change their lives, help people change the freaking whole trading mentality, and actually set everybody back on the same tracks that they were on in the beginning to make crypto go forward, to do exactly what you and I have been talking about.
Right,
and
exactly.
that is help us get out of the situation that we're all in with the fiat world.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
18 months into this, we've been defending our position, and nothing has ever gone down, up 100% of the time.
I mean, just as a casual observer, I remember all of the shit that Richard took from the maxis when, just the idea that there was going to be this new coin. They just didn't like that. So
he was updating his worldview. He realized that Bitcoin failed in everything that they set out to create.
The problem is that the maximalists don't update their worldview.
No.
They're stuck in 2008.
Yeah. Well, that's because that's what they have a bag of. It's not that they really believe what they're saying. They have a bag they got to pump.
Yeah.
They got to sell
exactly. You know what it is? A lot of them got involved in it. They saw everybody get rich, and they saw everybody make a bunch of money in 2017. And they want a piece of that. So that's why they're so gung-ho about this whole tribal maximalism crap. And they don't. Yep. But that really blinds them in losing so many opportunities like this one. So, it's a
shame. It's really a shame.
More for us.
I love the line that the maxis use. Bitcoin fixes this. And it's like, actually, no, it really doesn't. It actually just complicates things. Yeah. Because PayPal works just great for the things you're saying that it fixes. So
it works better. What are you talking? Cash App ripped Bitcoin in your ass, man. What are you talking about?
Even for basic stuff, Bitcoin has a hard time functioning at this point. I mean, like I said, it really is like I like that analogy with the Model T, because it really does fit. They're sort of stuck in the Model T world where the rest of us are looking for that next Tesla. Yeah.
We're on that spaceship, man. We want that Tesla. So I really like this. Thanks to Nemorians for the $11.11. I really like this point that he puts out here. A whale at this point in time to have that 10% of shares is 110,440 T-shares at current price. That's 180, almost $184 million. The interest for those shares today, just the price or the amount of Hex you would have made today, is 641,545.96 Hex, or the equivalent of just under $60,000 in interest for 1 day. In 1 day.
That's
for a whale. 1 day.
That's
for
a whale. There's 13
13
people that are doing that and better.
They're making $60,000 a day. I'm working.
You should see what some of our sharks and dolphins are doing. Our sharks and dolphins are doing well too. I mean, you put the numbers up for the lowest dolphin and the highest dolphin, and I
wonder what they're making. If anybody can calculate that real quick, I'm interested to see.
I know a dolphin. I won't say who that dolphin is, but
I know a couple sharks.
Yes, but
let's see here.
Let me grab a beer. Give me 1 second, guys.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm not any of those. I've got to. Are you doing the math?
Yeah, I already did the math on one of them.
What's that? Low-level shark is making $1 million a year in interest. Yeah, low-level shark's making about $1 million a year in interest. Yep. That's about close to, at current prices, about what, $9,000 a day.
Yeah, so
it's like more like $9,300 a day.
I can up that just a little bit. Freddie quotes top 100 dolphins are making about $3,000 a day.
Wow.
So
that's good shit right there. Per day.
Now, most likely it's spread out over their whole portfolio if they've got a stake.
Well, yeah.
So
and that's only going to get better and better and better and better.
Oh, Matt, and that changes when we go to 11 cents and then 12 cents and then 13
$1
cents and then $1 and then $20. Yeah.
Because then all that hex that is accumulated has now gone up in that price.
Yeah.
It's just compounded. It's insane. I mean, the when we first started, when we first launched and we were going towards big payday, and we had all these crazy price predictions of 20 cents, 30 cents, I was unit biased for sure. I was unit biased.
Yep.
It's like, there's no way we're going to see those types of gains. And I was market cap crippled too, because when we first started, I had equated market cap to being dollars inside crypto and all of that. And I was like, well, it's no way that we can have that type of gain until we started moving. And I learned the vanity factor of the market cap measurement, and that it really didn't mean shit.
Didn't mean anything.
So I've learned a ton along the way, through Richard and you guys. And now my unit bias has completely gone away. Even looking at my bags and going, wow, that thing could be that at 50 cents and that at $1, and holy shit.
And the fact that we're still so early. We're pre-viral. We haven't even gone viral yet.
Yeah,
we haven't seen the X's that I think we're going to see yet. And you're going to get a copy of it on another chain. So you're going to have it on 2 chains. And I have a feeling, I don't know for sure, but I have a feeling the Hexican community is going to keep Hex expensive on any chain it exists on.
Yeah.
So when Pulse forks, you're going to have Hex on and on Pulse. No shit. Okay.
Mirror image matching at the moment of the fork.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to think about, but as far as price goes now I know that there is no price limit. I know that Hex can go to $100. It can. It's possible. It's going to start sucking in financial energy like nobody's business because of what it is. I mean, we've watched it for a year and a half unfallibly work. It works.
I don't see any reason why a decentralized alternative to a CD or some other financial instrument can't go much higher than that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, so here's the thing. Here's the beauty of this is, what is the only thing that makes price go up? More people buying than selling. Well, what happens when people are seeing huge gains? They want to get in, right? Well, the people who actually hold it can't sell because the average stake length is almost 6 years now. So most of the market
and the liquid Hex is disappearing. It's almost
it's being bought up.
I mean,
so quick.
So somebody in the chat, tell us how much is left in Uniswap right now. I mean, I think it's like it's low.
And so you tell me I have a time limit on this too? I really got to get it now. Huh?
Yeah, dude, you better move. You better
move. I said this a while back ago, months ago, that I see it getting to a point where literally the Hex that's going to be purchased is the Hex that's going to be unstaked. It's like you're not going to have any liquid Hex until somebody actually unstakes and puts it on the market.
But the price is going to be so high at that point.
And it's only going to go higher. It's only going to ratchet higher. And
that's why I'm saying that somebody who's staked, the staker class, is going to go, wait a minute, how much of this Hex do I really want to sell? I'm going to restake it because there's going to be a line of people. It's going to be just like what's going on in the housing market right now. People are going to be wanting an APY that is going up, not going down everywhere in the world. And Hex is mathematics, and it's programmed to go up in price.
If you got programmable money, why wouldn't you program the price to go up and put all the fundamentals in place to make it happen?
Ask the central bank.
Yeah, it's a central bank with no admin keys and not someone
that
really
can just come in and
say, "Hey, let me print a bunch and give it to my buddies." No, that doesn't exist here in this scenario.
You're the central
bank.
That's
the whole thing. You're replacing the central bank with this decentralized infrastructure. That's the whole key here.
Absolutely. So Richard really had the mindset that Bitcoin wanted to be a peer-to-peer currency. It failed miserably. Ended up being worth more as a store of value. That's great, but you can't replace the banks unless you replace their products. So what is the most popular
That's my
product out
point.
there? Yeah, what's the most popular product out there? After the checking account, it is the CD. It is the certificate of deposit. Over $7 trillion locked up in CDs worldwide. Why wouldn't you recreate that on the blockchain and make it so there's no admin keys and no central authority that can come in and wipe you out?
Nobody has until now. This
Yep.
literally is the first time that it's been done.
Yep.
And it's so simple and basic.
And it's that sort of utility. It's these sorts of examples of utility that are going to drive demand when it really counts.
Agreed.
You know?
And that's the problem is people are like, well, Hex has no utility. What do you mean it has no utility?
got more
It's a
utility
long-term
than anything.
savings vehicle.
It's,
Like, what do you mean?
right.
It replaces
Right.
the
It's
most
virtue of being a CD.
used product in the bank. Absolutely.
Yeah, but they don't get it. They're so deluded by their promise coins that are going to do this and that and this and
Yeah.
save voting and whales and,
Hey,
and trees.
all you
and
got to
this.
do is give me $1 billion now, and I promise in the next 3 or 4 years I will build you something. And next thing you know, the project's gone belly up, and the founder is on a beach in Tahiti with a bunch of hookers on his lap.
Don't
Yeah,
get me started.
I mean, there's a developer out there that worked on one of the best contract coins out there, started his own, and still doesn't have contracts.
Still has no contracts, but I've seen him travel all over the world for the last 4 years.
with
he's seen some pretty cool
Bitcoin
things.
gals sitting on his laps.
Yep, exactly right.
Laps. I said laps.
There's multiple
the market is a way for allocating resources from the unproductive to the productive. So
Absolutely. This man gets it. So that's the funny thing about crypto people is they don't understand how real economics and real businesses operate. So you hear these arguments and you're like, you have obviously never owned a business, because that is not how things work in the real world. Thanks, Toby One Kenobi, $4.99. Appreciate you. Scratch that. 0.01% of T-shares minimum to be a shark. I told you guys, me and RG and I were right.
We were right. I know that that's what it
T-shares.
takes to be a shark.
Yep. That at current price of 9.3
Wait a
cents is
minute.
$2 million a year in interest at Shark. So we're calculating anywhere between $1,000 and $3,000 a day is what dolphins, which is the largest class.
Yeah.
I think it's the largest class. If
I
not,
thought the whale was the largest class.
no, they're the largest
numbers.
holders.
In numbers,
But
they're the
there's
largest
more
holders.
people.
Oh, I
There's more
got you.
people that are
We have more
Okay.
dolphins. We have a bigger
Larger
dolphin pod than
quantity.
we have whales. Yeah,
Right. Got you. Okay.
the food chain.
And they're making $2 million a year in interest. Is that what I just
The
read?
sharks. The
The
sharks are.
are.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Sharks
Gotcha.
are making about 2 million in interest.
Okay.
Little more.
That's not bad. It's not a bad.
It's not bad at all.
Not a
Not
bad
bad at
gig.
all.
It's working, right? That's what I said to people in the beginning. Let the Fed make money for you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, being in Hex now and being uncorrelated to most cryptos, I kind of like this print our way into oblivion, because my USD price of my Hex goes up every day. They print more. So,
And it's
Well,
just
that-
giving
that-
more money to pour into things like Hex.
That's sort of the point of agorism, is to let them profit off of their own stupidity. Let them collapse the system and enjoy the ride out. So that's what I'm here for.
we are technically number 3 because Tether is just a placeholder for US dollars. It's not really a crypto. So
No.
by the not the algorithms, but by the rankings of the coin or the coins via nomics.com, we are technically the number 3 crypto after Bitcoin and Ethereum right now.
And that's going by market cap using
by market cap. Yep.
By market cap.
No shit. Yeah, that's because everybody's staking.
Yep.
And
Well,
Okay.
the coins that are staked are not counted towards market cap. The coins that are staked are technically burned.
because they're burned, right?
Yeah. So you could do analysis. When we had Clay from Nomics, the CEO of Nomics, on the show, he told us that there was a way that he could actually do the mathematics on the shares that are out there and continue to ratchet up what future supply of Hex could be, so that he could add that to the market cap. I don't think that's been done yet, but he said, yeah, he could.
So where is that market cap coming from? Because
From
it's
Etherscan
not in liquid Hex.
Etherscan.
It's Etherscan multiplied by the current price. So the Etherscan is the total coin price. And the reason why we feel as Hexicans that it should be the total supply of Hex versus just the specific circulating that you've seen move around is because everyone counts Satoshi's 1 million, 5% of the supply as part of the market cap on Bitcoin. And if you're going to do it for one coin, you should do it for all the coins. So Hex should include all the available supply. Not
isn't that just how isn't that what market cap means? The total available supply?
It's supposed to be the total circulating supply times multiplied by the price.
Yeah,
but
which is
that's not
available
how-
supply.
Which is not how
Right.
anybody actually looks at it, because Satoshi's coins have never moved, not since the day they were mined. So how can you call that circulating supply if they've never circulated? But yet they're
Right.
still counted in every metric of every coin market aggregator.
And they should be, just like Hexes should be, because
I agree.
they are brought into circulation. When you mint the coins, they are in circulation technically.
Yep.
I mean, maybe they, an uncirculated coin in the physical form is one that hasn't been out. But I mean, once something is minted, it is it is part of the circulating supply.
Yeah, it could always is liquid or could be liquidated.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. So I like to point this out. Thanks, D'Artagnan8. You were the man, brother. I appreciate you. Long time.
$49.99.
Thank you for the $49.99. I love what he has to say here. So he says, we never sell our winners. We'll write it to billions or zero. Zuzu. And this is one of the owners of Three Arrows Capital. Are you familiar with Three Arrows Capital?
I'm not, but it sounds like I should be. I like that quote.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
he's a pretty brilliant guy. He's on Up Only with Kobe a lot. If you ever watch Up Only.
Yeah.
What was the name of that site you said?
Up Only is the podcast with Crypto
Up Only. Yeah,
so it's Three Arrows
really
Capital, and we have one guy who is phenomenal here in the community at tracking wallets and what whales do, and are they a trader, are they a hodler, are they a staker? Mm-hmm. And he does a really good job of breaking this down. And there's a lot so we don't know 100% for sure, but it's not ever been confirmed nor denied that one of these huge God Whale wallets in Hex is one of the Three Arrows Capital wallets. And it looks like they're writing it out forever. And he actually spoke to them directly, and they wouldn't confirm nor deny, but there's a lot of conspicuous information that leads us to believe that it might possibly be Three Arrows Capital that holds billions of Hex and has it staked for years and years and years. And so he's the guy, one of the owners here is the guy that said this. And this is exactly his quote to Silver the Antidote, is our guy that does all the chain analysis. We never sell our winners. We'll write it to the billions or zero. So it has never been sold out of their wallet.
Well, that's the sort of that's the same point I make to a lot of these maximalists is, as long as you have the option to not use fiat currency. I don't care if the price goes to $1 million or to $1, as long as I have that ability to transact without these legacy financial institutions. That's what counts. And that goes back to what we were doing earlier about watching fundamentals and not price action.
I like that. That's true. It just happens to be that when people find something, when it fundamentally works, price tends to go up because more people want to use it. Yep.
And of course, speculation will fuck with that. Sorry, I don't know if I can curse on the show, but that'll make other coins go up and down. But once the speculation falls to the side, you're going to be left with just that utility. And that's where everything's stripped to the bare bones of the market. That's what you're going to be left with. When the Fed and the central bank and the CCP chases people away, and eventually, I think eventually governments are going to attack cryptocurrency. And once they do, you're going to be left with just the coins that have actual utility that people want to use for some purpose. That's what we're going to see. That's when we'll see what these blockchains are really made out of.
And real censorship resistance, not this faux censorship resistance that can be shut down by a central authority.
Yep.
And that have and are.
Yep. And good luck. Here's the argument I'd make against the Bitcoin maxis. You don't think it's possible for them to turn off all your Bitcoin miners? It's pretty easy to tell where all that energy is going because it takes a mass amount of energy to run the Bitcoin network.
Well,
you don't
look
think
what
it takes them
happens.
10 minutes to figure out where all that energy drain is going?
Oh, didn't the CCP a few months ago, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, maybe your listeners will know, but didn't the CCP like threaten, just like they didn't even do it? I think they just threatened to go after the miners.
There's a mass exodus. There's a mass exodus of Chinese miners trying to find a new place to mine, and it looks like Texas might be one of the places.
They've been leaving for a while.
Yep.
Yep. I'm sure the Texans will be happy about more communists entering.
Well, the funny thing is that the actual people of the Chinese people are very capitalist, very, very much entrepreneurial.
It's funny how it works that way.
Yeah.
When you grow up in a communist country, you appreciate the market, but when you grow up in a capitalist country, you want something more ideal.
Yep. I know. Isn't it funny? Well, because they realize this doesn't work. Right. Just let us give us the opportunity to earn a living.
Yeah, it's like paradoxical.
Yeah, that's funny. I love it. So we've got a lot of Hexicans saying a lot of good things about you here, Sal. King was right. Our producer was right. He said that we would just love having you on the show and that we're very like-minded. I'm really excited that we were able to hook up tonight and get on the stream and do this together. And
yeah, I appreciate you guys schooling me on Hex, and it sounds like I really got to get my ass on a move and acquire as many of those T-shirts.
I mean, only if you hate money, then don't do it. If you hate money, then don't.
No, the problem is I'm addicted to buying guns and digital assets, and now I got to buy T-shares. You guys are killing me.
I know. Well, you can only wield so many guns at one time, and I understand because I had to come to that realization myself because I'm a big gun guy myself. All right.
Careful. We got shut down for that last time.
We did. We were
there goes the stream.
Man. I was pulling out my holster, pulling out a blunderbuster, and like another guy had a shotgun.
Oh no!
I used to have two blunderbusses. I have a 50 cal and a 44 cal blunderbuss, and I brought them out and waving them, and they shut us down.
Yeah, that was an airsoft gun for the YouTube censors out there.
Airsoft, YouTube, airsoft. We're good. All's well.
They said that you can record and upload gun use, but you cannot have gun use live. You cannot.
No, that was a paintball gun. That was not a real gun. YouTube.
That's what it looked like to me. I saw the orange toy tip at the end. Yeah. So yeah, I think they're just worried about someone hurting themselves on stream and it being broadcast nationwide. So or worldwide.
Could you imagine?
There was one time I was really worried we were going to have somebody do that one time, and I was like, "Oh my god, please don't do that!
Please don't destroy our stream."
No, hopefully I won't do that. Yeah, don't kill yourself on stream, please.
No, please.
Yeah. A few years ago, I got in trouble I bought a lot of guns without telling the wife, and I bought years worth of dry food storage and water purifiers and all kinds of stuff, and it almost cost me my relationship. So,
but I'll tell you what, it probably came in handy the last year or so. First of all, the price of guns has increased, and I bet you when those food shortages and grocery stores closed down, that came in handy as well.
I have no idea. I lost them all in a boating accident, so I have no guns left as far as the federal government is concerned. I just want you guys to know I lost all my guns in a boating accident.
I don't know what happened to all mine either. They just kind of
disappeared. They
disappeared. I think Nicole was going to jump in here. I sent it to your Telegram there, Nicole. I also put it there.
There she is.
Hold on one second. She wants to come say hi. It sounds like she's a fan, Sal. This is our gal. Her name is.
It sounds like she's a fan.
Hi.
Sal.
Hi.
What's up?
This is our gal.
You got to turn off.
You got your sound off up there, Nicole.
I got an echo.
You got your sound off up there, Nicole.
You got to turn off.
You got the YouTube stream going.
All right. Yes, I do. You're right.
There There you go.
Go.
Atta girl.
Now I can hear you.
Sorry. Okay, so I was like so excited when I heard that you were coming on the show, and I'm like really happy that you asked them all the questions
Awesome.
you did. And I want you to know that if you start talking about Hex on Twitter, you're going to be like massively attacked.
And
Oh,
love all at the same
Have you
time.
seen my Twitter?
Huh? Yeah, you follow me actually.
Yeah, I'm attacked all day from
Yeah.
left, right, center. Everybody attacks me, so I'm used to that.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad
Thick
because
skin. Good.
it's nasty. Yeah.
Okay, that
It's
sounds
been
like something I would enjoy.
It's been a piece of cake, Sal. You know that the Twitter shit's the least of your worries. It's the death threats and the stuff that comes into your DMs that
The way I look at it in crypto, if you're not being attacked by the maxis, you're probably doing something wrong.
That's right.
That's true. But I mean, it's really weird. Like, so there's been all of this exposure lately about how the media works, you know, even like specifically within crypto, and how PR agents go out and spread FUD stories for the people who have a lot of money and want to suppress other coins and other cryptos. And it's really interesting how people can like adopt, how they can say that and go like, yeah, fuck the crypto media, fuck, you know, the PR agents and the marketing people and all that stuff. But then they still fail to realize that the reason that they've adopted their belief system is because they bought into what was being sold to them. And it's just,
Right.
I don't understand where that disconnect is.
And by the way,
Yeah.
Nicole has a stream that she calls Building Bridges that she does here on Discourse Syndicate on Saturday mornings and Wednesday nights now.
Mhm.
And she brings other crypto communities on and tries to talk about tribalism and tries to talk about, you know, why can't we all agree that we've got, you know, the same ideals in mind. And she tries to break down the maximalist walls.
And she,
And she kicks ass too, bro. She kicks ass.
yes, tough
Do
question.
you actually do you actually get through to them? Because I found that it's sort of like hitting a wall.
So I kind of like make them get there, but I think I'm pretty effective. I mean, you know, there are some people who are just like beyond reaching, and I don't even really try, but there are people who have really like have changed their minds, even if they haven't said so publicly. I've helped people who are not known to be Hexicans to buy Hex.
Should have seen what she did on BitBoy's stream. the
Yeah.
other day.
Yeah.
She slapped them all around. Windy-O, BitBoy. She was,
I had to get it done. I mean, it wasn't like I didn't. He's really nice. He's been great about everything. I'm invited to. You know,
yeah, you're going back on, right?
Yeah, I'm going back on Friday, a week from today.
I guess I better quit trolling him then. I mean,
Is that a maxi stream?
He's
Oh
not-
yeah. Well,
Matthew,
no.
You know, I would like to go to Red Lobster with you.
You just got asked out on the Friday night.
Hey,
D'Artagnan,
D'Artagnan.
would you knock it off?
And by the way, quit being a cheapskate. $19.99 ain't gonna do it, bro. So
Yeah, you're trying to impress the gal. You drop $19.99 and Red Lobster.
hey,
Come
check
on,
out
bro.
what a big baller I am. It's not even a 20 spot.
I'm gonna work on your. We're
Red
gonna work on your
Lobster.
game, bro. We're gonna work on.
But
your
we
game.
can only go a happy hour and appetizers only. Okay. So
No, yeah, I mean, both the cheesy biscuits. I can't eat cheesy biscuits.
oh, cheesy biscuits.
Yeah.
That sounds delicious. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
Anyway, yeah. So
Whales only. You better Happy Meal that.
yeah. Anyway, so I was like really happy with the stream, and I wanted to say thank you for being like open and receptive to it, and just know that people are going to attack you, and they're going to have like questions, and
Trust me,
Yeah.
Hexicans got your back though.
Yeah.
You will
Yeah.
not see people come to your aid like the Hexicans will.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
so
I'm-
in the like crypto influencers group, someone, you know, like that one guy attacked Hex earlier today, like blockchain boy, and he's in that group. So then he and I started having a discussion because we talk in there all the time, and I was like, "You're gonna eat those words," and like we just kind of got into it. I think like we posted the conversation on Twitter afterwards, and then and so like that's when after that I got invited onto like the BitBoy show again, and there was someone in there who was like, I've spent about 5 minutes researching Hex and I'm 100% sure it's a scam, and I was like, really, bro? I've spent the last year and a half researching the code and the
Everything.
math behind Hex, but I'm sure you know more about it than me.
Well, and
Everything is a scam to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've been looking. Trust me, we're heavily invested. Everyone on this stream is heavily invested. If it's a scam, show me the evidence. I'll go save people right now. I will concern troll save everybody on this stream if I find it's a scam. But I'll tell you what, after 18 months of looking, I can't find one iota of a scam.
You know what's a scam? A scam is throwing all of your money into a chain that just doesn't work. That is what a scam is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And there is about 4,999 of them out there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Anyway, that's all. I have to go to bed because I have to be at work at 3:00 in the morning.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hey,
that's super
don't
forget.
Yeah,
Don't forget, you streaming monkey, to be on tomorrow. Okay, you've got
I'll
a guest.
I've
Okay.
got an important guest, and I want is anybody available tomorrow to like help out in the chat because it's
I'll
gonna
help
be
you.
insane. Yeah.
I'll be there.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
hey, all of you Hexicans, make sure that all of you guys who are in the chat right now or watching the replays, make sure to be on Nerd Girls. And all of you, especially all of you with band hammers, because I have a feeling those band hammers are going to need to come out. So,
But I do need to ask that everyone please be nice. We are talking to another crypto community who is also under attack.
You just asked the Hexicans to be nice.
Are you guys tribalistic too? Are you guys?
Well,
maybe
okay.
it's
And
maybe a little.
yes, they're yes, for sure. There's maybe
Yes, okay, I got you.
but it's because it's a community that's been under attack for a year and a half.
yeah.
It's natural to group together and get defensive.
See, I'm old school. I like that competition. I just want to see. I want to see every. There's no commodity that competes with fiat currency that I dislike. If tomorrow we all started trading in salt, I would be a happy camper as long as it's not Federal Reserve notes.
I got a salt mine in the backyard.
Yeah, right.
Nice.
All right, awesome. Well, it was really great to talk to you. Thanks for bringing me in, guys, and see you in the morning.
All right.
See you, Nicole.
Take care.
Yeah, she's great. She's been infiltrating the other communities out there and doing it. She asks hard-hitting questions, but she does it in a way that is not offensive like a lot of us would be. You know?
She doesn't put people on defense.
She does a real good job of it, and she made a lot of people expose themselves. Well, not in that way, but I mean,
expose their positions.
Clarify your words a little better there, RG.
Yeah. So I know how these guys let the trolling begin.
Like, oh, one of 3 girls in crypto just came on the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So anyway,
she's
it looks like
great. She asks hard-hitting questions.
We've got another streamer coming in. So just to let you know, Sal, on Friday nights, this is called the FN Hangout. It's the Friday night hangout. What we did was we opened the stream to everybody, like haters, promoters, anybody who wants to come on this stream, bring it on. And we just put the link out there. And to be honest, to date, I mean, we've had some weird situations, but we've never had anybody come in here to try and rebut us or try and,
And we openly ask people, please.
I attract the controversy, so I'm warning you. It follows me. It follows me.
Actually, our trolling tonight has been at a minimum. Usually we've got a bunch of it in our chat room, like, I mean, serious, like disgusting crap usually shows up in our chat room. So they must be a little tired tonight or something.
It sounds like your audience is just my type of people.
Yeah, I think one of our trolls, his mom must have called him up for his mac and cheese or something. I don't know, something. Hold on a second. I'm going to bring up. We got one of our streamers here. Joey, you there?
Hey, what's up, fellas?
Toby, did you rug pull on this music video? Bro, I've been waiting like 8 months.
Yeah, man, you made me dance, bro. You made me dance for the damn video, and we haven't seen this thing yet.
I can't tell you who I'm waiting on, but it's like it'll be worth the wait. It'll be worth the wait.
Look at you without all the
I've got
face,
one prominent Hex. Yeah, I shaved the beard and I got my hair cut, and like looking super fucking tired. It's been a
You're a
it's been a long-
halfway decent, respectable looking person now, man. I like
I was
the
gonna
change.
say,
Dig the
almost
change.
look like a human being.
got rid of the beard. Got rid of the beard. Yeah.
The mountain man thing got old or what?
Yeah, that's it. I guess. You know,
I'm just
like,
playing, buddy. Hey,
get the
RG, here's a response to your comment about the mac and cheese. That's our troll right there. Resident troll, children of the grave.
Yeah. So
that's hilarious.
So Toby, did you come in here did you want to hit up Sal for something? I think he's lagging out.
No, actually, I've just really been enjoying the stream, and it's cool to have him on. It's like, Sal, nice to meet you, bro. It's like they're definitely dumping a bunch of knowledge on you tonight. So
yeah, you too. Nice to meet you as well.
Hopefully you can take it and run with it. There's a lot to learn. It's a lot to absorb.
I'm always trying to learn about, the thing about what I do being an agorist is that there's. What's that? You're breaking up on me there. I think there's a lag.
Yeah, he's lagging out.
Okay. That's the hard part though about agorism is that I got to try to keep up to date on so many different technologies, and then it's just it gets overwhelming sometimes. So that's why it's important. Like I enjoy doing streams like this where I come on because I'm learning more than I'm getting more information from you guys, and you're getting it from me. So it works out for me. And then, of course, then I can take this information back to my audience because, that's what we were talking about before coming on my show, because they would love to learn more about DeFi and how you guys are doing specifically.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We got some pretty smart guys we can round up and make that happen for you, man. Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
So, smarter than us. Okay.
Yeah. But you know what? It's like this, though. You don't need that. Really don't need really brilliant motherfuckers to tell you what this is all about. Now, it took all of us to figure out what was going on here, but now that we know the narrative, even a guy like me can lay it out there for you and speak to everyone, from the layman to the guy that understands a lot more. And we can just lay it out and show them what it is. If you got to find out more, I send you to the code. You really want to know what's going on in the code? Go to the code and look at it if you're that kind of a guy and you know that much about it. But it's not really that difficult when it's only difficult because it's never been done in crypto before, and because everybody's mindset is different in crypto right now. They're in that trading world. They've all morphed from what Satoshi's vision really was and what cypherpunks were and all of that,
right.
And the whole libertarian look on how to combat finance, and it got preempted by all of these scammers and charlatans and PT Barnums and they took over. So all the smart guys were like programming for all of these scammers, and that's what crypto turned into. Yep. And now everybody's mentality is that. I mean, it's all about the trade. It's all about the day trade. It's all about the new hype coin. The TikTokers have now taken over crypto. I mean, they're pushing crypto harder than the influencers within the space. I mean, our number one streamer in Hex has over 21,000 followers on TikTok. Mm-hmm. And he's not like widely known amongst all of the I mean, he is because he's become real popular in the community now. But on TikTok, he's freaking killing it. He's got way more viewers than we've all got put together, And
that's how we win too, right?
Exactly.
This is a point I try to make to people. We're not going to convince people of these really obscure political or economic theories. Excuse me. They're going to adopt these theories because of their own financial incentive.
Yep.
We have kids today who are buying Bitcoin. They're not buying it because they understand, economics. They're buying it because they want to get rich. They want to make money. So
I think you'll appreciate this comment, Sal. Let me put it up here. Scam coins are getting crazy. Someone just showed me 27 trillion in circulation, unlimited supply cap, only one node, 25% of supply minted in the last 6 months, 1% of holders.
Don't buy it.
That's the US dollar.
Use it.
That is great Latin American crypto. That is so perfect to put it in perspective for all the crypto bros out there.
It's so true. Could you imagine if the Hex supply, if or whatever had done something like that? They would the banks would be telling people. No, they would be calling for regulation and all kinds of nonsense.
The SEC would be freaking having Ritter down on the floor on his face with his hands behind his back, locked up.
So Sal, you don't have to answer right now, but I'd like you to make sure to check your wallet before we get off. Make sure that everything went through, because we've got, looks like several Hexicans wanted to donate you some Hex. So, and a lot of these guys, we've gotten really salty as to who we give free Hex out to, especially as it's gotten more expensive. But a lot of guys were really impressed how quick you got this, because there's a lot of people that look like deer in the headlights when Captain RG3 starts explaining Hex.
Well, I mean, it's it's one thing to start from scratch, but I've been in crypto for a while, so it's sort of once I understand the particulars of the chain.
I like this. This is all you got to know. You just get in now, not tomorrow. Stake long. Cuatro Cinco is best, and stake as big as you can.
Yep.
That was worth $5. Thanks, Hex19. We appreciate you.
That's all I did.
That's all I did too.
I like
all
it.
I did.
But check this out, guys. So check this out. So now, I missed it. Now, dumbass Mark Cuban gets himself in a freaking rug pull. Like today, literally today, and my buddy didn't know this. My buddy said that called Mark Cuban, a smart crypto, investor. I was like, bro, you didn't know what happened to Mark Cuban just today? No, he got rug pulled, man. He got scammed out of his money, and now Mark Cuban is screaming for regulation.
Stablecoin regulation, specifically stablecoin regulation.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have got to be kidding me, dude. You got into an untested project with semi-anonymous developers and went too big and brought too much of your audience with you, and then tried to save face after the fact, saying, oh, we need regulation. No, you just need to actually do your homework before you get into something stupid, you moron. It's called personal responsibility. And when things go wrong, it was your decision to get in. They didn't put a gun to your head and make you put your money in this shit code with these people you can't trust in the first place.
Yep.
Yeah, it was really frustrating.
Crazy. I was talking.
Oh, cool.
I was talking.
I see a comment from Hextronaut.
How's it going, Timmy B?
Awesome, man. How you doing, Captain?
I'm doing good, man.
Benjamin.
Doing good.
I'm doing great. Sal. Hello, Sal. Can you hear me?
He's muted. You're muted, Sal. Unmute him.
Oh, sorry about that. I got you, man. I hear you.
That's okay.
Sal, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate all the stuff you do on Twitter. I've been following you for the longest time, and I'm very active in the Libertarian. I'm very active in the Libertarian Party. I'm the county chairman where I live, and it just, you of all people that I've seen on Twitter that I would have liked to see come on this show and take any kind of interest in Hex at all, you are like the #1 guy. I mean, this makes my day so much, just because.
Oh, that's awesome.
Just because of my awareness of your involvement with the libertarian cause. I don't know about your involvement with the party, but you obviously understand the cause.
Yeah. The party doesn't like me very much. There's a lot of people don't like me nowadays. They're one of them. But yeah, like I said, as an agorist, man, it's my job to learn as much about these tools that people have to create more freedom in their lives, and then just sort of proselytize them to my followers. And that's, again, like we started off saying, I'm not really interested in like discussing the philosophy behind it as much as I am in discussing the practical tools to create freedom. And that's why I was excited when they told me I was going to get an education tonight. I was excited, and that's what happened. So yeah.
I do have to ask you one question, and what is the point behind? What's the point behind your Twitter avatar? Because you don't look like that guy at all.
Yeah, no, I don't. You're right. Yeah. So that's
difference.
Mac Dre. That's Mac Dre. Captain, do you know who Mac Dre is? He's from your neck of the woods.
Brainiac
No.
with Maniac Mac 10? No, I'm just kidding.
No. Mac Dre is a rapper from Vallejo. He's like a Bay Area rapper from back in the day who was shot and killed. But yeah, he was just like and honestly, it was like a very random thing. I just made a Twitter account and I was listening to like Mac Dre, so I just used his profile picture and it kind of just stuck.
Cool.
Yeah. So now I'm Mac Dre. Every now and then his family will contact me for like if I'm like speaking at somewhere or something, like at some crypto event, they'll contact me and say, you can't use his picture without our permission or something. So it is what it is.
Hey, thanks Hexalt Ed for the $9.99. Appreciate it, buddy. Yes, there's a rug factory over there in the wannabe DeFi crypto space. There's no doubt about that. So,
by the way, I don't have anything in my Ethereum wallet, so don't send me any more Hex to that address because I don't have anything there right now.
You have to add Hex as an asset in your wallet.
Yeah.
On MetaMask, click on Add
are you
Token.
using? Well, hold on.
He's not using a MetaMask
He's not
wallet.
using MetaMask, Tim.
Do I need to use MetaMask? Let me download that real quick.
It's easier if you do, but which wallet are you using?
I think that was just my Bitcoin.com wallet.
Oh.
Yeah.
That might have been a mistake.
We'll work on that with you after the fact. I think there's actually a way to get that. So if you have
I think I can get assets in there.
Yes, you should be able to still. If
can.
all else fails, Sal, you have the seed
Keys.
phrase. Yeah, you have the seed phrase for that wallet. You can actually restore in MetaMask. You can restore a wallet when you set it up on the Chrome browser, and you can put those in, and it will restore that wallet, and you can add that asset after the fact, and you can use it in MetaMask.
Yeah,
you
just can't do it with Coinbase.
Yeah, no.
No.
I got a buddy who
He
sent some Hex to his Coinbase Ethereum wallet.
How'd that work out?
He's working on trying to get it. He just put in a ticket yesterday. He sent $5,000 there.
Oh.
Yeah. Wasn't good.
By the way, my favorite Hexican right now is Freddie Quotes. Thank you, sir. Appreciate
He just
it.
said I think he just said you don't know nothing about music though. He did say this. He said,
"Hey,
these guys know nothing
song,
about music."
My favorite song is the Hexican Anthem.
Right?
So,
is there a better song? There a better song?
The national anthem. What song is that?
The Hexican
Anthem.
No,
the Hexican Anthem. Oh, okay, we gotta play the Hexican.
All right, go ahead, Captain. Pull her up.
All right, you guys go ahead and talk. I'll find it. I gotta go find it.
Sort of like the national anthem.
Scam. Nobody really cares.
The national anthem for Hexico.
Yeah, exactly.
Freddie Quotes is our resident musician. I mean, he does music videos, he sings, he puts music together, and he made the Hex anthem, and it's just freaking badass.
We have another rapper, Corey the Investor. He's got a really good song out there too. And hey, as much as I love you, Freddie, Corey the Investor uses me and RG3's names in his song. So,
wow.
Yeah, he's got you one upped on that one.
I still like Freddie's song though.
I do, dude. Hexican Anthem is, dude. He. You can tell he spent some time putting that together.
Yeah, he wrote a good job.
Came correct with it, that's for sure.
Freddie's is great. The live performance he did at the Hex
at the convention.
That was great.
Convention or whatever it was. Oh my God, that was just off the hook. I mean, that was just fantastic. I mean, there's a lot of stuff can look good if you run it through enough filters and whatever. But I mean, for him to get up there and do that live, it's like the guy's got skills.
Yeah.
I don't remember him saying "XO Joe." Our troll just has to rub it in his face. Man, damn Joe, feel bad for you.
Hey, I've got a little story to share from today. That was pretty interesting. I had two people that I onboarded today, one of which is my new financial advisor, and the other is the bank employee that did my wire transfer.
Yeah, I did 3 of those today at the bank.
It's funny because it's like they weren't polluted with.
No.
That's great. Did you onboard them? Did you onboard them while you're at it?
Well, one of them was I just mentioned it to him.
Yeah.
The
So
first time I was
thing.
there doing
It's
a
like
wire,
they're
and
not
this
polluted
time
with like with.
Well, they didn't go through 2017. No coiners have the advantage of not having lived through 2017 and the bear market that pursued after it. So,
well, also bankers have a special perspective on just how crooked these legacy institutions can be.
Yep, absolutely. It's funny that you guys say that. We've had a huge success as a Hexican community of bringing on board people who have never been into crypto. We call them no coiners. Probably half of our Hexicans. And maybe I'm going over exaggerating, but I think it's at least half of our Hexicans were people who had never been in crypto before, and it's guys like myself that have seen huge gains, and you're like, hey man, I've been following this guy for 4 years and look at what he's produced, and friends and family finally starting to come to realization like, oh, I actually want to know a little bit about this. I want to know more about how this all works. But at the same time, as Captain RG3 has pointed out, sometimes those are your biggest skeptics because friends and family know the real you. They know of all the other things you failed in leading up to this moment. And so they're a little more skeptical than maybe someone else that you just talked to over the internet, or someone watched you over the internet and said, hey, maybe that's a good idea. I'll look into it. But when you get those people in and they see those gains, the gains speak for themselves. Hex Max also looks like Wall Street bets. RH is the smartest man in crypto. We're all going to get rich watching him prove it. Who doesn't want to be a part of that? So I will say this. Richard is definitely one of the smartest individuals I have ever watched. And just because he has naysayers that say it'll never work is the reason why he will make it work. Just for ego reasons. He will make it work. Just for that reason alone. Here, do you want this?
Hey,
you want me to... Go ahead.
Something that I think is that just people don't point out enough is that I think so much of the hate or the shade or whatever that gets thrown at Richard is that he's fucking with people's money. It's like they believe in these coins and these other projects that they've gotten into, and those are their bags that are at stake. So, you know, it's like someone revealing the wizard behind the curtain. It's like they don't want to hear it. They don't want to know the truth, and they don't want other people to know the truth. So it's not, you know, what they're saying is accurate about him or about the products that he's been behind. It's that, you know, you got to look the next level. It's like, what's their motivation? You know, why are they being shitty about him on any level? And it's because he is revealing things that nobody wants to talk about. Nobody wants to hear that shit.
That's why they're so negative about every,
or it's going to fuck with their own ego.
Yep.
Every blockchain they're negative about, because for that exact reason, right? It threatens their bags, just like you said. Yep. I mean, look at every sort of like, you know, I hate to say, you know, blockchains don't necessarily have leaders unless they're permission chains, but you know, basically every sort of thought leader in every sort of crypto tribe, they have sort of, you know, undertook this whole propaganda campaign to discredit these people. So really, those are the ones I give credit to, the Richard Harts and the Roger Veres of the world who take this shit from the maxis and they keep going because they believe in it, you know.
Yep, absolutely. And Roger Ver probably didn't take the right approach to how he split the community, but he wants the best for people. He wants true economic freedom for people. He's very, very libertarian minded.
Yeah,
and I can get behind that.
Yeah, for sure. Roger, and I know I can't speak for anybody, but he's a friend of mine, and I'm pretty sure he feels the same way that I do. That you know, as long as there's sort of, you know, competition is a discovery procedure. It's the only way we can find out what sort of qualities or traits the market demands in a monetary commodity. So without competition, we have no idea of knowing what the market will demand, right? So that's really the inherent problem with maximalism, I think, and at a sort of more fundamental level. And I think all libertarians, not just me or Roger or you guys, anybody who understands basic economics can tell you that competition is the key to, you know, figuring this out.
Yeah, you know, absolutely.
You know, Sal, Richard Hart, the man who invented Hex, has interviewed Roger Ver on at least one occasion, and Richard is also a very libertarian-minded person. And, you know, this is just a hunch that I have personally, but I wouldn't be surprised if Roger takes an interest in the new PulseChain that's going to come out, because Roger's just that type of person. He always takes interest in new products.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. And there's always been like this sort of affinity between the Bitcoin Cash and Ethereum chains. Like they've always sort of, developers have sort of moved back and forth between them fairly easily. I know obviously, Ethereum's designed for smart contracts and stuff, but they always have been very friendly, those two communities. There hasn't been as much warring between those tribes as the others in the crypto space.
Yep, I agree. Well, and I think Roger and Richard have become buddies over the years too. They had a little bit of a contentious interview, right, not long after the Bitcoin Cash split, the fork, but they've been very pro each other going forward, and it seemed like in the most recent interview, which is almost a year and a half ago now, that they were very much on the same side of things. Yeah. And I know that Richard said good things, that the intentions of Roger are pure, and that he wants a lot of the same things to be accomplished that Richard has on his agenda, and more freedom and a better economic system. Peer-to-peer cash is definitely it.
That's the name of the game. That's what unites everybody in the crypto space, or at least that's what should unite everybody in the crypto space. I think the finance bros and the day traders maybe are the exception to the rule there, but
yeah.
Richard, in the first interview with Richard and Roger, Richard, from what I gather, his big concern was with Bitcoin Cash, the way Roger was making it available to basically everybody who held Bitcoin, was just something Richard was trying to warn him about as having negative consequences, because the Mt. Gox people, they got their share of the Bitcoin Cash, and they dumped a good part of it, and as a result, that had a long-term detrimental effect on Bitcoin Cash.
It's already sitting there, bitches. It's waiting. I'm waiting not to stomp all over everybody, like I just did. Okay, here.
I got it in my Telegram.
Well, want the fucking song? I'll play the fucking song. All right.
You shared audio, right? Okay. Oh, this isn't the.
Would you? He sent me the wrong one.
He did. Oh, this is a playlist. That's his playlist. So it's got all of the songs that he created.
Hold on. What was that all about?
Do you want me to pull it up? I can pull it up for you, bro.
All right. There's a Hexagon anthem down here. Hold on a second. There it is.
There you go. That's the Corey and the Investor one, and it's good.
It's good too. Good.
Not a lot of communities have their own rap songs, so.
True.
Let's see.
So we take a lot of pride in this.
I was talking with one of the guys in Colorado about starting a band, since he plays guitar.
That's cool.
In the way you move me tonight.
That's the other one.
That's his newest song.
It's the one below it.
That's his newest song he just released, which is, I think it's fire.
There's so many scams. I have to change my username, and don't ever send me money. Imposters everywhere. Richard Hart, bracket. Don't ever send me money. Imposters everywhere, bracket. That's fucked up, right? Like, I'm out there actually making an effort trying to stop the fucking scams. Everyone else is like, oh, fucking that Richard, yeah, he's a scammer.
Call it a scam. Nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh, yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh, no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, He got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. ICOs, pump and dumps, they always try to take you. Buy low, sell high, I'm tired of your fake news. You need a token, you broken, you wanna see some massive gains? Lambo, new crib, model wife, cash and chains. Look no further at your final destination. Don't be complacent every day when you paper chasing. Choose the best, leave the rest, stop investing like you press. The only crypto that you'll ever need is Hex. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, 5, 5, 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. Your investments are safe, it's got defenses. A mutable contract that pays trustless interest. I don't understand why everybody is hating. Hex is capped at 3.69 inflation. Shares are like hash rate. The higher you take her, the more daily interest that gets paid to the stakers. Always do your own research, don't listen to me though. It's complete, it can't be changed. Hex is finito. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, 5, 5, 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans. The game has changed, ain't no going back now. Dummies that called Hex a scam can back down. I hope you understand, I pray that you follow me. You owe the entire Hex family an apology. And stay sober, cash out, the game's over. Hex is here for the market cap takeover. Buckle up, we about to be full throttle. With multiple auditors where we get paid to hodl. We got the game smothered, sisters and brothers, with no expectation of the work from others. It's complicated, I know that there's a lot to this. For your daily Hex updates, tune to Hexologists. What's up, guys? Hex is like nothing that you ever been through. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the pumpamentals. If you like what you hear by now, think twice. Just remember, yo, this ain't financial advice. Call it a scam, nobody really cares. We can tell you the only one that ain't prepared. Oh yes, I'ma be a millionaire. 5, 5, 5, 5, a couple trillion shares. Oh no, I ain't getting wrecked again. Richard Hart, he got us set to win. We're a family, we all the best of friends. We ain't a cult, man, just call us Hexicans.
And that is the Hexican anthem.
I dig it. I like it.
Yeah, you know what? You can literally explain Hex to somebody just by letting them listen to that song a few times. It's all in there. It's all in there. Freddie put it all in there. That song is brilliantly done. Every line that he speaks in there is about Hex, is about the product, is about what it does and how to work it. It's all in there when it really comes down to it.
And what it can get for you. Lambo, model wife.
Yeah.
Bars.
That's my favorite line.
All right. Well, guys,
I'm gonna have to get moving.
Me too.
Where I am.
We're gonna call it tonight anyway. It's been 2 hours and 40 minutes. Sal, thanks for coming on. We appreciate you even more now. You are definitely one of us, man. You're open, you're smart, and you've got this figured out already. So anytime you want to try and get us on your stream or vice versa, you want to come on again. Friday nights are always open. You even got people in your community that want to come on and just talk to other Hexicans here on Friday nights. That's what we do. We open it up to everyone. Or if you have people that want to come on stream, we're open too.
Give an open invite to your community for anyone who has questions that wants to either ask deeper or wants a how-to while on stream with us, and we're happy to walk.
Yeah, I will for sure. Like I said, you'll get a lot of good and bad, but I'll open it up for you.
We'll take it all. There's no such thing as bad publicity as far as we're concerned.
You've got to see some of these people, but I hear you.
Right. Love it. That's
right
cool.
on.
Thanks for joining us, brother. We appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you, guys.
All right, everybody. Tomorrow, Nerd Girl. By the way, Sal, this channel is not just this stream, but it's a network now, and we've got 25 streamers actually streaming on this channel now. Cool. So there's a lot of Hex content here. If they just want to come to Discourse Syndicate and check out what's going on, it's Discourse Syndicate Network. Hexicans.com is where you can actually see the channel guide and everything and everybody's bios and all the different Hexicans that are streaming. And we've got it. It's almost to where we're going to have 24-hour streaming here.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Okay.
Hey, and why don't you go ahead real quick and shill your channel and
How
let
can we
everybody
find
know
you?
where you're at.
Yeah, I'm on all your social media platforms, either at Sally Mayweather or Salvi Agorist. I sell, I got 2 stores right now, agorithreads.com, which is just clothing and apparel, and 3dprintergoburr.com, where I sell 3D printers and supplies for cryptocurrency. So check those 2 things out.
Right on, right on.
Cool.
All right, guys. We'll see you on Monday. And
Outro.
This is outro time.
Peace, guys.